Black. Black. Hey, son. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm not here to conversate, man. Fucking diggers better donate. Fucking diggers better donate. I just wish I had a better stream. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm not here to conversate, man. Fucking diggers better donate. Fucking diggers better donate. I just wish I had a better stream. Jordy drives Lamborghini. Jordy steals money from children. This is the reason I have trouble. This is the reason people kick me. All they fucking do is kick me. All they fucking do is kick me. Fuck that nigga. Welcome to band world. Here I go, blood. Welcome to band world. So stop giving fucking advice. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm not here to conversate, man. Fucking diggers better donate. Fucking diggers better donate. I just wish I had a better stream. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm not here to conversate, man. Fucking diggers better donate. Fucking diggers better donate. I just wish I had a better stream. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
This is the last
I'm not
Hoorah.
here to conversate, man. Fucking diggers better donate. Fucking diggers better donate. I just wish I had a better stream. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm not here to conversate, man. Fucking diggers better donate. Fucking diggers better donate. I just wish I had a better stream.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you're going away.
You guys just don't understand, like, how often people fuck with me. It's not like when I get in this room, people stop fucking with me. The money's slowly seeping out of it, and all I get's grief. Big up Liquid Richard. Big up Liquid Richard. My name is Richard. I hate streaming. The fact is, I'm not a good streamer. I do.
Well, good luck. Classic intro.
Regarding Twilight Sparkle. Dear Kevin Sano, this may be the strangest message you'll ever receive, but I do hope you'll take the time to read it and consider what I have to say. To put it simply, I would really appreciate it if the next time your birthday comes around, you would request that your clop artist friends, who like to give you sexually oriented pony art as gifts, draw some pony other than Twilight Sparkle for you. The reason I ask this is that Twilight is my fiancée, and we're planning on getting married next June or July, should everything go as planned financially speaking. And yes, I have actually found a wedding chapel that will let me marry someone that most people would consider a fictional character. You see, I'm totally head over heels in love with Twilight Sparkle. I have been for about 11 months now, and at this point I'm in a committed relationship with my Twily. By that I mean I don't date anyone else, I don't sleep with anyone else, and I have zero interest in having any kind of relationship with anyone other than the mare I adore. I love her with all my heart, and I am 100% committed to that love. To express my love in a real, tangible way, I have a beautiful handmade custom Twilight Sparkle plushie that I can hug, kiss, cuddle up to in bed to go to sleep with at night, and take out on the town to do all the fun things together that normal couples do. And I talk about her as if she is Twilight because to me she very much is. When I look at her, I see Twilight Sparkle. When I talk with her, I'm talking to Twilight. When I hold her in my arms and kiss her, there are no doubts in my mind that it's the mare I love whose lips are pressed against mine. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel once again. What we've just experienced together is the confessions of one Jin1515, a man who is married to Twilight Sparkle. Now, many of you have probably heard of this in the past because it actually has made the news. But I'm here today to show you all that our boy Jin1515 is a well-rounded man of strong character. He is not defined merely by his marriage to Twilight Sparkle. He can also be defined by being a baby fur, and that's it, really. That's all you really need to know. Let's get right into it. Here's our boy's DeviantArt. So as you can see, our girl Twilight is quite the gamer. If y'all want to buy her bathwater, it's available for $29.95. Here she is, out on the town with her man. You know, this is couple goals, if you ask me. This is, right. So another thing you might want to be aware of with our boy here is that he is, a very big fan of this tiny little puppy character from a cartoon. Quite the fan indeed. Yeah, so it's a good thing we can't see the stains on the other side of the plushie. Anyways, here he's giving the pony a fucking hookah. I don't think that's safe for a pony, but here we see a man and his nature. Truly this speaks volumes about our society. Cuteness at maximum. Yes, this is definitely the cutest thing that I've seen. I have to say, I think if you were the waitress serving him that sandwich, cute was probably the thing that was going through your mind at that moment. Several times no. No compounding. No repeating. No. Here we got the game night, which is especially spicy when you realize that he actually only has the pony to play with. There's nobody else who would play with him. This must be such a riveting, fun game night. I'm jealous, you know, I'm really jealous. Here we are on Jin1515's Fur Affinity, and we can see he's a retro gamer, he's a baby fur, plushie lover, husband, and friendly goofball. Yeah, he's just a friendly old goofball, you know. He just enjoys the company of child animals. That's fine, that's fine. Just a friendly old goofball. I've been a furry for about 20 years or so, but it wasn't until last year that I finally came out as a baby fur. After being closeted about it for so long, I wanted to give something back to the part of the fandom that I've always appreciated, but was afraid to be open about liking. In this tale, a young adult coyote with bladder control problems befriends and starts developing attractions toward a 7-year-old fox with similar issues. Moral and ethical conundrums ensue as the coyote tries to figure out how, or if he even should, expresses feelings to someone who may be too young to understand or share them. It's a sweet and heartwarming narrative with some serious philosophical overtones about the nature of sexuality and morality. A little bit of yiffiness. Okay, well, we're not allowed to read this story, but somebody has screen capped it. I've seen it. I don't think the words cum and diaper should be anywhere near each other in a paragraph, but there it is. So that's a brief look into Jin 1515, a totally friendly goofball who has. It's totally not weird that he wants to fuck animal children. That's fine. It's fine. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the video. This was. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. Hey guys, wow, it's the end slate. You made it all the way to the end. That means you suffered through this with me. Congratulations. I'd like to thank my $20 and up Patreon friends, Jamie Brown, CJ Connolly, Assumed Chris, Ursula Holm, Rick Fastly, Psych. So that's the brother, I guess. That's the dad down there. What the hell is he even doing? He's just sitting in that creepy room filled with toys. That's a really haunting visual. I don't like that. There's like nursery rhymes happening. This is fucking horror movie footage. Oh, we're about to see the monster of the movie, everybody. Brace yourselves for impact. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel once again. I'm delighted to have you guys with me today, and today's video is going to be a pretty interesting one. Originally, we were going to be talking about anti-vax Facebook groups. They call themselves Vaccine Choice now. Yeah, that turned out to be a bit of a dry subject. You know, it's kind of hard to make jokes about, haha, your kid got measles, haha, you're a loser. So instead, I got recommended in my comments recently somebody by the name of Dayton Hypernova, and I looked into them, and it's, well, it was interesting. Now, I'm not suggesting anybody go harass this person or anything like that. We're all just passing observers on the wacko starship that is my channel. We're just looking out our windows at the weird shit that's going on the internet. Wow, 1 hour ago, part 7, what the fuck? Okay, so, when I did this, it was at like 7 in the morning, and Dayton here has uploaded like fucking 20 videos since then, so that's cool, I guess. That's something that's happened. I guess we've got a lot to unpack here. I have no idea if Christina Ricci is watching these videos, so I just kept recording it. What? Are you stalking Christina Ricci? What the fuck? Okay. Well, let's watch this one, I guess. This was from a few hours ago. Why Christina Ricci? Is this all black? So this is just like a weird, raw, random recording of like stuff, people, anybody doing like audio work, you need some background audio noise, like at a dinner party, right there you go. Yeah, so if Christina Ricci, I guess, if she's watching. Why Christina? Which one is she? Hang on a second. Yeah, it's this one. What? Why are you stalking, like, a fucking romantic comedy actress who hasn't been relevant since 2003? This is why people, you know, this is why I made a YouTube channel. Because somewhere on the internet, somebody's gonna be stalking a fucking actress who hasn't been in any movie since... What the fuck was Christina Ricci in? Black Snake Moan? Okay. This is why my channel exists, because somewhere somebody's doing this shit, and you know what? We're just documenting it. This is like National Geographic. So this is one that I watched earlier. This is an interesting one. Dad says you're fired since he won't pay me $100 he owes me for me working B-Day week. I was beat down. Two things I'd like to say before we get much further here is, for one, this fellow is trans, I suppose. I'm going to be calling probably him a him, because I'm going to be honest with you, he's got a 5 o'clock shadow. I'm sorry, it's going to happen. The other thing is, I don't know how true any of this person's claims are, but you hear a lot of the same language. He likes to use the term beat down a lot. Hermitic, alcoholic, the tiny kids, we got that one right here. A lot of the same, like, terms.
He goes by Cypher too.
A lot of repetition.
I
I don't know how true any of
makeup.
this is, but I don't know. That's just a thing that
More
I've
like
noticed. So
Transylvanian,
you
right,
might pick
boys?
up on that too. Let's just get into it, though.
Oh, you're fired. That man in that room sleeping in there beat me down, body slammed me in front of you and your wife.
Oh, yeah, that's another one. Body slammed. The brother body slammed him.
Two people that brought me in this world and that man in this world, and I work in this house.
LOL, that's
below
right.
minimum wage, and I don't. Yes, I do. $100 a week is not adequate pay for what that work is. It's not adequate pay. You owe me money for the week of January 12th. 2019.
$3,000. You shut
That was
They
all
fucking
last-
beat me. That's
yeah.
right.
Why are you even breaking something that we agreed about? We agreed. It's on camera. It's on camera.
Okay.
It's on
Get it out.
camera.
I want to see that.
I'll
Okay, give it out.
Dad, you're in denial.
Do that.
All you do is
100 a
have to-
week
all
for
you have to
3
do is
hours
pay
of
me
work.
$100 a week as long as I'm
He
working in this
beats
house.
me
and
in
that
this
is
house.
That is all this
Oh,
is.
you're way ahead of me.
What?
You're way ahead of me.
This poor old man is trying to, like, just, like, deal with this guy who's going, like,
Below
1,000
minimum
fucking
wage.
miles a minute.
Dave Fuke.
And this guy, this
doesn't
old guy
even
is
do the
just
work
like,
he's supposed
just
to.
trying. He's just trying. He's like old, you know, and he's trying to calmly deal with this person. But there's just no, like, empathy or anything for another person who's, like, much older and maybe not necessarily as mentally or, you know, verbally quick as somebody this young. No, nothing like that. Just keep piling on him.
Those $3,000 had to do with the birthday and Christmas. Okay? And it was agreed.
Well, not by me, it wasn't.
Dad, it was agreed by you and Mom. It was agreed. Do not play games.
I was following for a week and I was overloaded
Are
from
you
the
really
insanity.
that glad that this is on camera? Because now I'm making fun of you. I don't know. If it wasn't on camera, you know.
Dad, I'm getting beat in your house by a bigot who is over twice my size, and you're scared
His
of
dad
me?
offered to
I'm
move him
getting
into
beat
an
while I'm in a
apartment, but Earl
dress.
is
It
too
keeps
used to being a
happening.
leech.
I'm
God.
beat
The frame rate.
or chased or threatened physically by a maniac.
Oh, no, that's
in
just
your
the
house.
video.
You babysit tiny children. This is on camera right now, and you're just giving me a blank stare like, but Dad, you know it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know about me getting beat down. That's never happened? Are you going to say that now? Because so much of this on camera, it's infuriating. Do you want to see your grandchildren in this house ever again?
Can
Tiny
you play
children.
this back to people and show them what you're like?
They know this look on my face because they already know it.
They already know I'm crazy. Don't worry. They're used to this. They think you're the weird one.
Dad, you're in deep shit is the problem. Because no one beats people and gets away with it. And it just keeps happening in your house. And you got small children in the family that are directly involved in that situation.
You know what I do?
You know what you're going to do is you're going to change the
If
subject like an
somebody did
asshole.
that to me,
No, you'd be a dumbass is what.
okay, well...
He's also a major
then I-
pharmaceutical
Like you are right
abuser.
now, Dad. You wouldn't be
Oof.
different.
Well, I
He's
would
calling his dad a dumbass. Don't do that. That's just mean. He's a nice old man. He's like a... Did you see the beard? He looks so nice.
Oh my God.
That's
Look,
new.
I'm not even thinking straight right now
Mental
because these
illness is a
arguments get so
motherfucker.
asinine. They get completely ridiculous because you twist and twist and twist. You turn everything around on a person. You're narcissistic and you're a bigot like your son. I'm done with your shit because no one should be going without getting paid each week.
Does that mean you're...
That was the week of my birthday, you dumb fucking asshole. I'm so tired of this shit. I should not be in full dress with makeup, getting body slammed and beaten, almost my arm ripped from socket. That almost happened. The man body slammed me in front of Mom. Mom just says, oh, he's just hugging you. You have no heart in your soul if you freaking act like that ain't a...
You have no heart in your soul. Does the soul usually have... Isn't the soul, like, outside of... Okay.
It's a problem for you. And you at least pay me the $100 that you owe me for the week that I worked that week. And the night before I was to be paid, I got beat down by a man who's like over 200 pounds or something.
Moist.
down,
LOL,
guys.
his parents
He
are
was over
enablers,
twice
though.
my size.
Any of us would have
Literally
kicked
got
his ass
fucked
to
with
the
a
curb a long
toothbrush.
time
That's
ago.
fucked
It
up.
would take me 5 hours a week to do that. That's $20 an hour.
Dad, I'm not gonna have a fucking
Time for
discussion
Soy
about
Boy to be
money
punched in the
when
face
you
by
owe
his
it to
dad.
me. Dad, I work for what I get paid or more. That's the thing. I work at least as much as I get paid. That's horrible when you have psoriasis all over the body, when you're getting beat down.
Okay, so this old
What
man
kind
is
of
just
work is
getting
this?
berated by this
They fucking beat me in
weirdo
this
for
house.
like 6 minutes. Just 6 minutes straight, basically, of this guy just shouting at his dad. Yeah, that's cool. That's a good way to treat your father. Let's see. Bigot older brother around my sister's tiny kids. He's a hermetic alcoholic who beats me. Right, we covered that. That's right.
I know you're trapped in here.
What you doing there, buddy? This is like really experimental filmmaking. We get to see the faces through the slats in the railing. It's deep.
He's supposed to do laundry and clean the bathrooms. It's his work, LOL.
Girls, come on.
Oh/.
Fluffy, Izzy, Luna. Wanna go outside? Wanna go outside?
Look at how dirty that is. Serious
That's it.
questions are also being
So,
raised about the rest
chores?
of this guy's family. I don't know. The
slash.
whole family seems a little bit interesting. Let's just leave it at that.
That's my dad sitting in the hallway downstairs by himself.
Haha, yes.
Kids that
Chores.
they're babysitting, or
Driving
This ain't
but
it,
dropping
Chief.
into thumbs
This
up.
ain't it.
he was just sitting there
LOL.
spitting. I don't know what he's spitting. He's not a very well-kept man. And
Yeah, you're one to talk. He looks like the fucking cop from Samurai
safe,
Cop.
Gale.
Can we all just agree that if you have a 5 o'clock shadow, like, there has to be a line somewhere? I'm all for the rights and the acceptance and all that. It's all cool by me, but listen, there's a line
dirty
to
the
be
mirror
drawn
is.
somewhere. Please, this is an appeal for decency.
my sister is 100% okay with him being in this house beating me while she brings her kids here to babysit. She has 3 kids with her husband. and they
DNT
all
crash.
know that he beats
LOL,
me. In fact,
Samurai
he does
Cop
it right
is
in front of
amazing.
them.
Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. The kids are in on it. They know. Those tiny kids, yeah, they know. They're the real villains of the story. They're the ringleaders of the gang. 1 month ago, my dad can't drive me to Sinky to meet Christina Ricci. What?
I need to get into Cincinnati
Okay,
by...
get me a car and I'll get you.
You have a car out there, you just drove me home.
Evil
have
tiny
a
kids.
car.
You have...
That is your mother's car. I don't have a car.
Why can't you drive me to Cincinnati?
Can if you give me a car, I'll take you.
Dad, I need to get to Cincinnati
Poor
by...
Dad.
I will take you.
It would be really good to get there by noon.
If you get me a car, I'll take you.
I'm not going to find you a car to drive. You have a car in a driveway there.
Look at my lips.
His dad is going to have a stroke before Earl leaves the house.
Okay, well, to be fair now, why can't this motherfucker just drive his wife's car? Just take your fucking keys. What's wrong with you? I mean, I get that you probably don't want to be in a car alone with this fucker for too long, but it's not a very good excuse. Oh, I can't use my wife's car. No, I just can't for some reason. You just get me a car. Okay, well, it's 1 point in Dayton's favor. I'll give him 1 point.
I can't afford to own a car.
Why, Dad, listen
I
to
get
me.
Social Security for $850.
Okay, but just take your wife's car. I'm kind of on this guy's side, actually.
A month. That's
At
not
Gary
even
Gurgle's Gator
half
was
of
covering
what
this
I have
psycho
to
stalking
spend
Lord Katz, and
on
he
my
sounds a lot like David.
kids.
That's really unfortunate for you, but why can't you take your wife's car? But in all seriousness, this poor old man has to, like, live with this person just freaking out constantly.
Don't spend anything on your kids. You own who?
But
Besides the one you pay below minimum wage to, who do you pay for?
you're who?
I don't want to hear me mention. Talk about another one.
$20 an hour is not
But a lot
below
more crazy.
Yes, it is.
minimum. It is.
It's not that, Dad.
You're ignorant.
Nope, I'm relevant to the era.
$20 an hour is... What? Where do you live that you
You'll
think
have to
that's
check
below
that out.
what the fuck? This guy pays you $20 an hour to do what? All you do is make fucking videos spying on your family members. What the fuck? You should be fucking grateful that this man... Holy shit, okay. Oh, here's one where he's on camera. 25 views from 2 hours ago. Part 9. Family dinner chats. This is for Christina Ricci, everybody. Oh, here we go. Oh, I can't wait.
Okay.
Oh, there he is. Oh my god, what? Look at the makeup! Oh no! Oh, why didn't you rotate the video too? What the fuck? It's like portrait mode, but it's also sideways. What the fuck?
I guess I'm just documenting my life more or less at this point.
LOL.
That's all you ever were doing. You literally just recorded like a family conversation for like 9 parts on YouTube for some reason and dedicated it to Christina Ricci. Do you ever just get to the point where you're recording 9 parts of a
LMAO
family
the
dinner
caller.
conversation to send
He is
to
a
a
fucking wreck.
C-list celebrity who hasn't been relevant in like 15 years, and you just like think about your life? Do you ever just get to that point?
Do you know that you're insane? Maybe you're just sitting around reading Guns and Ammo, masturbating in your own feces. Do you just stop and go, wow, it is amazing how fucking crazy I really am?
Let's take a look at insane bullshit brother shouting at me. So we're gonna get a look at this insane, racist, transphobic, bigoted brother who's over twice this guy's size. Just a heads up, ladies and gentlemen, this could be some really shocking footage.
This man.
Okay, so he's pointing very visibly to this guy in public.
This man.
He's pointing to this man and saying, "This man," in public, and this guy's just carrying on with this nice conversation.
Yeah, he already reached
He said he's running.
I think I found a new avatar. Move over, depressed Banjo. We got depressed fucking Dayton's father. He knows there's no way to stop what's about to go down. It's just going to happen. And he's just seen it happen so many times. This poor old man, oh god.
Oh, mind the wine.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
LOL for dad.
The rest of them all.
Look at the dad. He knows what's about to happen. At this point, I'm completely sideways, by the way, trying to watch this.
Is he Attorney General?
Yeah, he's the Attorney General.
Psoriasis.
Thanks for letting us know.
It's caused by stress.
Are you guys sure you're ready? I don't think you're ready, because there's still another 10 minutes to go.
Make your kids move out way before they turn 30.
I can't, like, not laugh every time it goes to the guy's face. It's just such a fucking... I'm on a quest to just alienate everybody who's subscribed to me over the past month. I'm sorry, but, you know...
Law.
First it was the fat jokes, now it's this. At least this one's not fat. Hey, there you go.
No, he speaks to me after 4 years living in the house where he beats me. What did you just say?
Remember when you hit me in the eye and gave me a black eye?
This person, this person, according to Sherman, I hit him in the eye at some point.
Yeah, the police came because you hit me in the eye and gave me a black eye. Remember when you came out of the room and you started beating everybody?
So now we get the
This whole
first
fam is
the
insane.
first signs that all might not be exactly accurate with Dayton's story here. With the brother saying actually Dayton is the one that threw the first punch and like came out of his room and beat him in the face or something. So yeah, that's interesting. That's a spicy anime twist right there. Top 10.
A whole lot of you are in a lot of deep shit. 3 of you are in so much deep shit.
I'm sure.
I mean, you're just gonna pretend like it's not real, but it is. You don't let a man beat another man. Not a man who dresses as a woman. You just don't.
Not a man who dresses like a woman. You don't want a man who beat another man. I mean, maybe you do, but not one who dresses like a woman. That seems like a new rule. I've never heard of that rule. I've heard of don't beat a woman.
And you let it happen over and over and over again. And now he's saying, I hit him in the eye. I've never touched that man in the eye in my life. I've never done that. He's gaslighting that.
He's crazy. And then he's completely unstable. He's talking about all these neighbors who are so dangerous. He beats someone in his own house that you just let him live in.
And what
man.
could our old beleaguered mom
Jonathan.
have to say to this incredible tirade of nonsense? What could her response be after all of this?
Get a life.
Go.
That's beautiful. That's the best. That's all you can really hope to add. That's all you can say. Get a fucking life, Dayton. Find a hobby. Does he play video games? Is he into like fucking fashion? I don't know any of these things because he doesn't have anything. Because all he has is fucking this nonsense. He doesn't have a life.
I'm glad I humiliated you in public.
You always do.
I'm always in public with you.
Every time I have
I feel like she probably encourages his delusions.
Is that it? That's a new development. He verbally attacks mom. Well, that's not good, Dayton. That doesn't sound too keno.
I had to stop you. I've had to pull you off of mom how many times?
I've never done these things. I've never laid my hands on mom in my entire life.
How many times you told Dad?
Sherman, I've never done that.
Dad doesn't want to talk to you.
Sherman, no one's going to believe you because you're an idiot and an asshole. Mom, have I beaten you?
Well, you get in my face.
I've never,
They both do.
I've never done what he just said. I have never done what he just said.
Tell him to cut you off yelling at
The two of the 3 times that you have beaten me, 2 of the 3 times you have beaten me.
Let's just acknowledge this one started the yelling.
Came out of your room and violently beat me.
Oh my God! I'm so glad I have this on video.
And then the police showed up and you lied to him.
Once again, are you really glad about having, because if it wasn't on video, you know, I might be inclined to believe that you got a transphobic brother who beats you, but now it's on video.
Sure, why don't you go in with me? To get you away from his
this crazy person that's less
If you
than
and
half
Andy
the size.
cover this guy, it's worth it.
I'm so violent.
He makes like 25 videos a day. They need advanced family counseling.
As a side note, top 250 funniest fails in Fortnite. Epic. 49 minutes. That's good. We should watch that one next.
They are witnesses, you idiots!
Wait, stop.
They are witnesses to that.
Let's ask a witness. Mom, I'm going to ask you one question only. Did
Mass
Earl
flag
run
this
out of
stream,
his room
please.
in a violent
Thank
rage
you.
and attack me and punch me in the face? And
They are witnesses, you idiots.
Okay, yes, that's a big yes then. That's an affirmative, absolutely without question, head shaking yes. All right then.
I would
so
actually
we've got
just
that
beat the
cleared
shit out
up
of
then.
him.
I got
There
beat
he
down by
is.
you and Dad both.
Denny.
Both of you had your fists and bodies.
Now the dad did it. Now the 77-year-old father did it, apparently. Didn't he say before that the dad was just watching or like he was just aware of it, that it was happening? Now he was like actually in on it? Story seems to be changing there, Dayton.
You're a liar, and I have you on video.
and we have you on video.
Do it.
Exactly. We have you on video too, buddy. I just, to what end? Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm inclined for a second to believe him. Because I can't imagine why you would want to frame this guy or like, claim that he's doing this shit
Wouldn't
when
be a
he's
good
not.
stream
Just to
without
look
Denny.
like a victim? What does that get you, Dayton? You can't see the dad's face right now, but you know he's got that same look from the fucking restaurant. He's just so done with this shit. He's like, I am 70 fucking years old. When, you know, I've been smoking since I was 12. I was supposed to die at 40, goddammit. Why the fuck am I still here?
This person, he says, has a mental illness. I have a mental illness while he's beating. He's just gonna be a coward then. That's what the whole family is, though. I mean, I get beat down.
The way he says beat down, it just sounds like such a rehearsed, like beat down
At Big Boss
TM.
Stop
Like
being
it's his
antisocial,
fucking
LOL.
catchphrase. Hey everybody, I'm Dayton Hypernova and I get beat down.
Do you remember when the people that you moved out and moved in with kicked you out because they said that you were psychotic and they wanted nothing to do with you?
Uh-oh.
All of your shit out in the yard?
Oh, you
Sherman,
don't
what?
say. So this person has lived away from the parents. But now they're back because they had nowhere else to go, because the people that they lived with were sick of their shit. That's cool. So it's not even like the parents just have to put up with him because he never moved out. It's literally the parents are such great, wholesome, nice people that they just, out of the goodness of their hearts, let this guy come back to their house and cause all this drama and shit and take 10 years off of their fucking lifespan and pay him money to do it. Like, wow. And he's acting like this much of a bitch. Okay. Well, that was that video. Let's round things off here with let's say one more. Here we have brother's crazy outburst at me in front of sister, mom, and dad, part 1 of 3. So this is the video. This is the supposed beatdown footage. And we're gonna see here if it endears us more to Dayton.
Tongue sticking out.
Okay,
We're
so...
sick of you, We're sick of you lying. Stop beating me.
When did the police...
Stop abusing me.
Okay, Addie, this is why you don't join the conversation.
I guess I shouldn't have, but I just don't like...
Addie, this man...
I thought I showed you this.
Earl, don't bully us. Sherman, can you stop bullying my father?
Can you stop bullying your transgender sister?
You're a boy. You're a boy with mental issues who beats up your family. You beat your mother. You beat your father.
Not
this. Beats his parents.
This is batshit insane.
The police come and arrest Earl.
Let's do it. Let's beat me. Let's do it.
All right. Want to get nuts? Come on. Let's get nuts.
Okay, now the match has begun. This time it seems like the brother actually did kind of push things a bit. I'm gonna say the brother doesn't seem particularly hinged himself.
Let's do it! Let's do it!
LMAO, he just lost it.
Okay, a glass has been thrown. Things are about to get crazy. That was bad so far. It's about to get worse.
Why does he hate us?
Okay, so now the brother is saying that it's a hate crime against him? For not being trans? What?
Why does he abuse us?
Let's get nuts.
Why does he hate us? He just showed this.
This man has been...
He just threw this in front of a little baby.
Okay, so now he threw the glass apparently in front of a child, and the guy's gonna take this and run with it, and it's gonna get really weird. I'm actually gonna go as far as to say the brother is probably crazy too. But just watch. Just maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We'll see. He tried to murder. Okay. The takeaway from this at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, is it doesn't matter which one of them is crazy and which one of them beats the other one. At the end of the day, you don't have to know these people. We just get to leave. We get to go back to our lives after this is done. You know, you remember in the Star Wars holiday special,
I popped in yesterday and
where they show people the lives of Tatooine people to enrich their own by comparison because their lives suck so much.
Time now for Life on Tatooine.
I do usually, but not game streams so much.
Our own lives may be uplifted by the comparison. And
look at these people. They suck, so you should feel better about your life.
Yeah, that's what this is. Welcome to my channel, ladies and gentlemen.
Keep peace,
Same.
Show it all. Show it live. Are you trying to show it live?
So apparently he threw the glass at the guy, and the guy called this a hate crime, and then very shortly after he moved on to saying that he threw it at the kid, and then he decided to say that he was trying to murder the little kid. I'm still certain that Dayton is crazy, but now I'm just also concerned about the brother. I don't know. I think maybe both of them are a little bit fucked up.
What is wrong with you, idiot?
You're trying to murder a little child.
No one's trying to murder a child, you idiot.
That would be such a great, like, defense in court. No, I didn't, you idiot. I didn't do that, you stupid moron. Stupid.
Man he's a murderer.
You have accused idiot.
Okay, now he's just no longer tried to murder the kid. Now he's just straight up a murderer.
Sweet. Laughing face. He's a murderer.
What?
Everybody's sick and tired. Nobody wants to get around you.
This man beats me.
This man beats me.
Destroy everything. Your evil hatred heart.
Your evil hatred heart. This is my favorite Final Fantasy character. Move aside, Lulu. So it's clear at this point what we really need. The brother keeps like going after
a black guy try
Dayton,
to make a tent for 2
and then
HRS.
Dayton retreats into his safety bathroom. And then he goes back out and picks a fight again and makes it worse. It's clear that what we need really is Dayton and the brother need to have like a Metal Gear Solid style. You know, at the end of MGS4, the boxing match at the top of the they need to do that. Duke it out, one on one, mano a mano. You know, it's got to come down to it. Okay, so the brother's accusing the brother's accusing Dayton of murder because he like supposedly did something with a glass, which we didn't see. I don't know what happened, but it escalated fucking quickly. I don't know which one of them is more crazy here, but again, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, just be glad this isn't you. Just be glad this isn't you. Your life is so much better than whoever this person is. Even if you're Jared Knobbenbobber, your life is doing better right now. So that was the video, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I don't know. Don't give these people any hate or anything. This is just this is like the Discovery Channel of weirdos on the internet. Just observe. Just observe. Observe them in their natural habitat. Don't intrude. Yeah, if you like this video, please give me a like and a comment and a sub and all those things. There's a bell. I guess I got a Patreon if you want to donate to that. Yeah, take it easy, guys. Don't.
Now thousands of PPL calling him
don't
a raper.
Film yourself having fucking continual like 5-year-long meltdowns on YouTube and then expect people to like take your side, because the more you record of your life, the more people are going to be able to see that it's actually you that's the problem. See you guys. Remember, he beats me. Big thanks once again to my $20 patrons, CJ Connolly, Assumed Chris, and Jamie Brown. For some reason, Patreon is still reviewing my account for suspicious activity after like 2 weeks or something, so I hope they don't find out I'm secretly a dog on the internet. See, I'd make you all think that I'm a bear, but I'm actually a dog. Joke's on you. Thanks for watching.
Perverted hermit.
Very few YouTubers who got their start during the early days of YouTube have been able to maintain longevity and relevance for more than a few years. People who instantly come to mind are Jax Films, Shane Dawson, and Ryan Higa, but they are the exception to the rule. Many of the early YouTubers have moved on from YouTube onto other endeavors. Ray William Johnson, for example, who once had the most subscribers, now focuses his energy on producing content for the internet's biggest wasteland, Facebook. Others tried to break into the mainstream, but ended up losing sight of their channel's original appeal. Either way, the point remains. Many YouTubers lacked the resilience to hold on to relevancy, and their channels died. However, one figure who has managed to maintain a certain amount of relevance is Boogie298. He started his channel back in 2006, and his content has gone through many phases since then, amassing him over 4.5 million subscribers. But recently, Boogie's been losing a lot of them, and many of his own fans are turning on him. Although his subscriber count has been stagnant for almost a year now, he's been losing more and more recently, and his sub loss has shown no signs of stopping. But why is this happening? Why did so many people decide to stop supporting Boogie? Today, I'm going to analyze the reasons people are frustrated with Boogie, and see how we got to this point.
Well, I better not.
I've included a link in the description that shows all of my sources and evidence if you want to see it for yourself. I've also heavily referenced a Reddit post called The Hidden Truth Boogie Doesn't Want You to Know, as it is very relevant to the public's shifting opinion of Boogie. First, it's important to understand what drew people to Boogie's channel in the first place. Boogie created a character called Francis, which basically played into all of the stereotypes of a fat neckbeard gamer who threw temper tantrums on camera. After Ray William Johnson gave him a shout-out, Boogie's channel got the boost that it needed. It was a very different era of YouTube, and Boogie's Francis character was a big hit, netting him a lot of attention. But although people came for the outrageous antics of Francis, they stayed for Boogie. Boogie was
He
always
needs to
very
make
open
more
about his
Francis
life,
characters.
including his childhood abuse and his health issues, both physical and mental. Eventually, Boogie built a reputation for himself as a sweet and genuine guy. Some people even went as far as to call him the Mr. Rogers of the internet.
People call me the Mr. Rogers of YouTube every once in a while.
And they saw him as just a nice and wholesome man who was dealt a really bad hand in life. He operates a variety channel and uploads anything from personal videos to gaming news to Francis videos. But recently, starting in 2016, Boogie started to become more outspoken about things, whether it was political or drama related, and ended up annoying a lot of people in the process due to his propensity for fence sitting. However, although Boogie's fence sitting might be what he's most commonly criticized for, I believe there are many other factors at play that explain his dwindling reputation. So instead, I want to draw your attention to this simple question. Who really is Boogie2988? A big part of Boogie's initial draw was his personality. People felt that he was a sweet and inspirational man who went through a lot, and they wanted to show their support. Because Boogie's personality and personal life are so intertwined with the content he makes, whether or not you will like his content is going to be entirely dependent on your view of Boogie as a person. Although you might be able to separate other YouTubers' content from the people who made them, it's nearly impossible in the case of Boogie. Authenticity is one of the most valued qualities a YouTuber could have. People like to watch YouTubers that are honest and trustworthy. They don't want to watch someone who's just putting up a front for views. Many people only broadcast the best parts of themselves on social media, and it's certainly not uncommon for people to act differently from their online persona. After all, it's just that, a persona. However, a growing faction of people have started to turn against Boogie. While some have simply just lost interest in the content he makes, others believe that Boogie's persona is completely fake and is merely a cover-up for his manipulative behavior. And while those are two very different reasons, I actually think they're more connected than they seem, since they both relate to the overarching theme of Boogie's inconsistent persona. Lately, it's become impossible to ignore the shocking disparity between who he is on YouTube and who he actually is on Twitch. Boogie sums up the difference in a Reddit comment. I like to think YouTube is the person that I try to be, whereas Twitch is much closer to who I really am.
Do you guys want to see what I can do? Why do I have two beds? One for me and one for my hooker. One for me and one for my hooker. One for me and one for my hooker. One for me and one for the hooker. One for me and one for my hooker.
Welcome to the sub club.
Yeah, I can see why not everyone's a fan of Twitch, Boogie.
This is what weird looks like. This is what weird looks like.
Boogie first Amish streamer.
This is
What? LOL.
This is what weird looks like.
But like I said, a big part of Boogie's public persona is that he's just a nice guy, a perception of himself that he likes to play into. He even went as far as to say that he would never call somebody names, not even his worst enemy.
I had a guy try to rob me once. He tried to break into my apartment. And you know what I did? I drove him home. He was drunk. He was trying to break into my apartment. He said he wanted to use the phone. I let him use the phone. He called his wife. He explained to his wife that he was drunk and that she needed a ride. This is the kind of person I am. I would never call somebody names. I would never attack somebody. These are things I won't do for my worst enemy.
However, certain clips of Boogie have been circulating for months on Reddit that seem to challenge his nice guy persona, such as the time Boogie laughed about how his ex died of cancer.
And
yeah, so fuck her. And now she's dead. Actually, both of them. The girl is dead. My mom is dead. Everyone I know and love is dead.
Wait, the girl died?
How she died
You
died of 39 of like fucking lung cancer. She had breast cancer and they beat the breast cancer, but then the treatment for the breast cancer gave her lung cancer.
Oh my god, that sounds absolutely terrible.
Yeah, it was fucking awful. Yeah.
I'm sorry you had to go through that, bro.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. I mean, I didn't go through it. I'm still alive. She's dead.
Damn, that's brutal.
Yeah. I'm serious. You know, she like, why do I get to complain? She's the one that has to be dead. You know, fuck.
So how does Boogie try to justify this? Well, I found this Reddit comment in which he tries to explain why he did it. The clip of me talking about my ex-girlfriend, here's the context. That girl died of double cancer. It's horribly sad. But when we were kids, dating in high school, she used to tell people all the time, I hope you get cancer. Her sense of humor was dark. I loved it. She would tell me to get cancer all the time. One day, she said to a mutual friend, I hope you get double cancer. We laughed and we laughed. The last conversation I had with her, about a week before she passed, she laughed and said, can you believe I'm actually gonna die of double cancer? It broke the ice. We laughed and laughed. It was the last laugh we ever shared. When I think about it now, I laugh, just the way she wanted me to do. I get that you may not understand that kind of dark humor or her wishes, but I hope you respect them. I'll tell that story every chance I get, and I'll laugh when I do, because she was the kind of person who never wanted to see me cry. So Boogie claims that this was all an inside joke, something that obviously cannot be proved or disproved since the person in question is dead. And he also said this on Twitter: Danielle was my best friend for 30 plus years. She was also my first girlfriend. Losing her broke me. I didn't properly convey that in this moment. She knew my sense of humor though, and shared it with me. We actually made jokes about her cancer on her deathbed to cope.
So fuck her. And now she's dead.
That doesn't really sound like something you'd say about someone who really mattered to you. But even if you do take his word for it, why would he tell this inside joke publicly to people who wouldn't get it? There's a reason it's an inside joke, Boogie. Another clip that's been making the rounds is this one of Boogie mocking one of his teammates for coming from a broken home.
It's switching out, bro.
I used to Denny, but wings warm my carrying out.
Alive by chance? Here
we go. Ready? Yeah.
And are your parents still together?
No.
Okay. All right. So maybe I should take point then.
What?
Well, if your parents aren't together, then you probably come from a broken home. You're probably going to get real angry when you start losing. So.
I won last game, but that was my first game on.
All right. Well, maybe you just learned how to channel that anger. All right. I wish you luck, man. Then good luck.
Streamers are merely gestures to get chuckles from.
That sucks.
Yeah, I'm pretty much Batman, so.
This clip garnered over 10,000 upvotes on the livestream fail subreddit, with many people calling Boogie out. While some people thought it was nothing more than a poorly executed edgy joke, others pointed out how disrespectful Boogie was being, considering that this was just a random person, and not one of his friends who would know that he was just joking. Commenters also criticized his public nice guy persona for being disingenuous, and cited this clip as an example. Boogie's official response to the controversy was that it was a stream meme. This is a stream meme. It's a joke. We had a dude talk about his parents getting divorced in a stream a few months back, so we carried it over. It is not meant seriously. Again, all YouTubers play it up for the camera and try to show the best versions of themselves. But with Boogie, it's become harder and harder to ignore the glaring disparity between his persona on stream and off stream.
Someone says you can't put your finger into a clitoris. Somebody here doesn't have a scalpel handy.
Some
you
more
play that
likable
fucker
than
just
others.
right, you can wrap it all around your fingers. You just gotta shave real thin. Woo! That's disturbing. That's the most fucked up thing I've said in a while. You just gotta lick them right where they pee from. Like this.
Yeah. 0_0.
Per
I'm
YouTube.
a black person.
Sparkle, I'm glad to hear you're still black. And thanks for 2 months of support, man. That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person of color, or is it not? I don't know. But I have
Last
a gun that's
rap-
also a USB drive.
Say it isn't so.
So, I don't know if that offends you.
EWWW.
So please give Daddy your money, or else I'll never be able to suck Mickey Mouse off. I want to suck Mickey Mouse's big dick.
While you could say this is just crude and edgy humor, it can come off as pretty jarring compared to how he acts in his YouTube videos. Some people have even described it as him having a different personality depending on which platform he's on. Here's what Boogie has to say about this.
Oh, Boogie makes edgy jokes. Yeah, I make edgy jokes, man. I don't mean the jokes. If I say something about, eating a cat, I don't actually eat cats, man. That's the joke. The joke is that I don't eat cats. That's the fun, whatever.
I can honestly understand where he's coming from, but it's easy to see why people would be weirded out when he changes his persona that easily between platforms.
He should have sold himself
Who
as a
on
jerk.
social media just portrays themselves? Who on social media shows all of the nasty, gnarly, miserable parts of their lives? Nobody. Who does that? I think I share more than most.
The point he's trying to make in that video is that all YouTubers come off differently in their videos than they do in real life. And I guess he does have a point there, but it just seems to be on another level with him. On YouTube, he's always super reasonable and well-spoken and tries to understand both people's side to a story and tries to sympathize with people. Then, on the other hand, he goes on 4chan and calls people beta cucks.
Now that we've talked about his Twitch presence, let's talk about his Twitter, which is full of hot takes which have annoyed many people. As I've mentioned, Boogie has been criticized for his constant fence-sitting and attempts to portray himself as a centrist. One example of a statement he made that incited controversy was when he suggested that we should wait before allowing gay marriage in order to avoid backlash.
Like, I've always believed, hey, we should have same-sex marriage. I love same-sex marriage. Let's do it. But the problem is, we try to get it done right now. There's going to be a huge backlash, okay?
So let's try to do it in 20 years, in 10 years, and let's see if we can avoid the backlash, right? Let's just like slowly, methodically change minds. I don't like when somebody gets murdered for being gay. So let's not rile up the fucking crazies, okay? Let's just go slow and easy.
He also suggested that some good came out of the Holocaust because Nazi doctors made advances in medical science, and he cited that as one of the reasons he believes nothing is black and white.
If you think about it, a lot of some good came from all of that. In that health science was advanced many, many years. And that's one of the things that kind of made me have the mentality that I have. Nothing is black and white. The Holocaust is horrible, absolutely horrible. But some good came out of it.
You gotta look for that.
Boogie would later call the statement one of his biggest regrets, and said it was his history teacher who taught him this, and that he no longer believes it. However, the damage was already done, and many people were appalled. At its core, it's this fence sitting that has frustrated so many of his fans. And people feel like they can no longer trust him to really be himself when he's trying too hard to please others. This is especially an issue since his whole content is personality based. However, enough people have discussed his hot takes. So what's his political position? Well, he says he's not a centrist, but just a few months prior, he says that he's a centrist. I did some digging and I found this tweet saying that he's not a centrist, he just plays one on the internet. And when Philip DeFranco replied, "That is kind of an odd statement to me, can you explain what just playing a centrist means?" Boogie said, "I normally lean very left in most things. I don't really lean right very often, only fiscally. But online, I tend to favor a more neutral approach, setting aside my personal feelings to focus more on things people online need to hear. Civility, decency, etc." Depending on how you read this, you could either interpret this as Boogie saying he's just more conscious about keeping his personal views out of his public persona, or that he's outright admitting to being disingenuous about what he really believes. I also found this tweet that seems to confirm the idea that Boogie is just a character. Steven, the realist me, has always been a moderate live and let live liberal. Boogie, the person I try to be, is a critical thinking centrist. Francis, the person I try to not be, is just an asshole. In addition to putting up hot takes on Twitter that annoy and often anger people, Boogie also has a habit of inserting himself into situations and making it about him. On June 25, 2019, the news came out that Etika had committed suicide. At only age 29, he was still a rising star with huge potential. It was a day of mourning for many. Boogie sent out many tweets that day, one of them being this: "Reddit and other negative feedback loops combined with my mental illness has made me suicidal as well, but I have been bullied my whole life, and it has in fact made me strong enough to endure it. Not sure I could be in Etika's shoes and survive it though, he has it rough." Many people were upset because they felt that Boogie took a tragic situation that devastated so many people and tried to make it about himself. And to add insult to injury, he felt the need to brag about how strong he was too, making things even worse. In the tweet above, Boogie attempts to clarify. Etika has made it clear that the negative feedback he gets on the internet has made his life more difficult. I was just trying to convey that. I was empathizing with that by saying I relate to something similar, but he has it 10 times worse than me. However, that did not stop the backlash. But that's not the first time either. Before the news came out about Etika's suicide, Boogie also said this in a stream.
Like, for all we know, he really is mentally ill. And
woes me, guys, my wife left me for a black dude.
And those two things don't mix, dude. I can tell you firsthand.
Imagine being
if I was
devastated
not
that Etika killed
a fucking
himself.
titan of strength, I could not have mixed those two, right?
This is one of the problems with Boogie. He can't simply comment on a situation, he also feels the need to insert himself into it. But this is neither the time nor the place. And people made it clear that this was unacceptable. So as damage control, he decided to post a donation he made to a mental health charity, even going as far as showing the exact amount, an action which also drew criticism. And then there's the time Nintendo gave a terminal cancer patient the chance to play Smash Bros. Ultimate early, and Boogie found a way to insert himself into that too. Glad that I was able to help draw attention to this, and so glad it actually happened. Way to go, Internet, we did something awesome. Okay, that seems fairly benign. So what's the issue? Well, here's the thing. Boogie didn't actually do anything, aside from 2 retweets about the cause. He didn't make any tweets of his own about it either. The man who was a victim of terminal cancer died soon after, and Boogie had nothing to say about that. In a Reddit post by someone who said he was a friend of this person, he wrote, "My late friend got to play the new Smash shortly before he died as a result of a pretty big media campaign which was promoted by professional Smash players." Boogie of course inserted himself into it, and in a comment he clarified, "I'd also like to reiterate that him not saying anything after my friend died is not my issue here. My issue is that he inserted himself into this as if he made any kind of impact on my friend getting to play Smash. He acted like he had a personal involvement by saying, "Look what I did." If Boogie was not known for saying things to get attention, this would not bother me in the slightest. Or what about the time that Total Biscuit died of cancer, and in Boogie's community post that was meant to remember him, he mentions how Total Biscuit threw him under the bus in the name of consumer rights. John once also threw me under the bus in the name of consumer rights. A PR company was promoting what almost came down to paid reviews, and John broke the story. I was working with that PR company at the time, and while my contract was different than the other contracts, I got lumped in. I talked to John about it, and he said I shouldn't be working with shady companies if I didn't want to be connected to shady things. He was more than glad to sacrifice anything in the name of consumer advocacy, including me. Some people understandably found it to be distasteful that Boogie would talk about how John supposedly threw him under the bus. So when people rightfully called him out, Boogie responded with this. Hate to mention this again, but read the comments on my memorial to Total Biscuit. A lot of people took the threw me under the bus section as me complaining about John. Couldn't be further from the truth. It was meant as a testament to a strong character and devotion to you. Not to mention, John saved my career by getting me away from doing paid game sponsorships. In the end, it would have cost me my integrity to continue to both critique and get paid to promote games. Because of him, my brand deals are related to non-gaming products. The way I phrased it was purposeful. He knowingly harmed my reputation by calling me out on some bullshit I was doing, and did it for the purposes of both helping me and the gaming community as a whole. But he wasn't afraid to call bullshit. That's the point. Although many of the top comments on this post are defending Boogie, there's no denying that the phrase "throw under the bus" has a very clear negative connotation to it. And to phrase it that way in a post that's supposed to memorialize him is just plain inappropriate. Boogie's weight loss has also been the subject of scrutiny, with many people claiming that he has been dishonest about it. Here's what the mega thread on Reddit has to say about this. Being morbidly obese is an ill-advised lifestyle choice, but it is ultimately one an adult like Boogie is free to make. The issue here is that he constantly emotionally baits his viewers who genuinely worry about his health and well-being, giving them all false hope that he will be better. This is just a cheap manipulative tactic to get views and money because he is never changing. He also consistently lies to his audience about making an effort to change. They then take this as inspirational because they've fallen for his lies. Manipulative behavior such as this is what is being criticized, and not necessarily his poor life choices. The mega thread then provides links that document Boogie's weight loss failures and how he chooses to rationalize and discuss them. You can see that Boogie has uploaded a video talking about his 30 days of clean eating. However, as these images show, he failed at that. He admitted to it in a Reddit comment and also made a video talking about the failure. Boogie's excuse was that there was no healthy food at an event that he was attending for Mortal Kombat 11.
There is no healthy food. All they have is burritos, tacos, French fries, and cheeseburgers, and pork buns, and there's no healthy food at the entire event.
However, as you can see from this other YouTuber's vlog of the event, you can clearly see this food truck outside the event, which even has the word healthy plastered on it. Here's how he responded when someone asked him on Twitch why he didn't commit to his 30 days of clean eating.
I wasn't able to continue my clean eating, man. I'm really sorry about that. I guess it was very important to you, and I'm sorry that it was, but yeah, since I was traveling, I wasn't able to keep it up, man. I got back home, and I've been doing it ever since I got back home, but you're right. I didn't do it while I was traveling. That's a real shame, man. And I'm really sorry I wasn't able to.
Thanks for that, babe.
Love you, though.
LOL.
Now, I'm not sure exactly how the question was asked, but the point remains that nobody can actually hold Boogie accountable for this stuff, because when you do, he either makes excuses, gets really defensive, or becomes passive-aggressive. In addition to being passive-aggressive, Boogie then takes it a step further.
Let's see how many people are disappointed. Tell me in chat, are you okay with or disappointed with the fact that out of my 30-day clean eating habit, I only managed to pull about 28?
This year,
how are you okay with that, or are you pissed? Let me know in chat, because clearly Annabelle's pissed, and I don't blame her. She should be.
Yeah, just get the entire chat to gang up on this one person. That's a very classy move. Also, he didn't even do 28 days at that point. He started January 1st with the intention of going a full 30 days. 16 days in, he cheated on the diet for 2 straight days while in LA. He comes back on January 11 with the intention of detoxing or clean eating for the rest of the 30 days. When he said this on stream on January 25, he was 25 days into the diet, with 2 of them being cheat days. He then assumes, and I guess assumes assumes that we assume that he's going to not cheat on the diet for the remaining 5 days, so he can just count them right now as a success. Apparently, Boogie is a psychic now, and can guarantee that he won't give in to his cravings for the next 5 days. You can also see this image comparing how much it seems Boogie ate in his video versus someone else's video. Boogie has also said this about why he can't lose weight. People are always saying to me that they have the cure to what ails me. Eat only meat, eat no meat, eat only fruit, eat 2,000 calories a day, eat 10 times a day, eat only 1 meal a day, don't eat at all, fast, do shake replacements, juice, etc., etc. Fortunately, I can say unequivocally that none of these are the solutions to my problems. I've tried them all, some for as short as 2 weeks, some for as long as 6 months. None of them have been able to get me under 500 pounds. In a comment, he said that he found 2 things that would work. The first is near starvation. I can lose about 1 or 2 pounds a week on a 1,200 calorie a day diet. This mostly requires me to replace meals with small shakes and then eat about 10 of them a day. This is not food. This is awful. This is disgusting. I can only imagine how terrible it would be for normal people, but for someone who relies on food as their only crutch to deal with their shit, it's near impossible. I did manage to do this through the entire month of January though, and in that month lost almost 20 pounds and have kept it off. I just need to keep powering through it. It's just so very fucking difficult for me to do. Boogie then wrote that the second thing that would work is bariatric surgery, which he ended up going with. In a comment further below, Boogie claims that he has a ruined metabolism, as well as a hormonal imbalance. Boogie has also said this in a Tumblr post. In the past 3 years, I've struggled to lose weight. We've tried every diet there is, eating less, aka calorie restricting, avoiding sugar, avoiding meat, avoiding carbs, low fat, no fat, high sugar, no sugar, high meat, low meat, no meat. Nothing worked. Even when I had a deficit of 2,000 plus calories a day for weeks on end, my body wouldn't budge. Many people on Reddit proceeded to call out Boogie for making excuses for his failure to lose enough weight. But okay, clearly this is something Boogie struggles with, and he also has mental health issues which he has been very public about. But what happens when someone genuinely tries to help him? Well, let's get into that. So a few months ago, Alan from the channel Every Damn Day Fitness uploaded a video called To the Family, Friends, and Fans of Boogie2988, in which he appeals to the people supporting Boogie to encourage him to seek help. I'll summarize the video. Alan mentions that his initial impression of Boogie getting gastric bypass surgery was that he was doing it as a quick fix, so he can lose the weight without actually having to change his behavior.
At one point in time, he got the surgery, and he made a quote that I put in a video and stated that he felt that he could eat whatever he wanted and still lose weight. And I personally said, that is a serious warning sign. That it is, has not addressed his food addictions.
Maybe the double chin has something to do with the mental health issues.
I didn't do the mental work
Everyone these days has fucking mental health that prevents them from self-improvement.
I'm more damaged now in a post-surgery world than I was in a pre-surgery world because I got fucking divorced.
Where he has not addressed his eating issues.
So I went back to comfort eating almost right away, but my surgery did its job. I was able to comfort eat, and I was able to eat bad foods that I shouldn't eat, but I couldn't eat very much of them. So I still lost 200 pounds. And I'm very happy having lost that 200 pounds.
Boogie has also stated multiple times that he's really happy at 350 pounds and that he hasn't weighed in a while.
And at one point in time, he admits, or he claims that he's great, I get to eat what I want for the next 10 years, and I get to have a great 10 years, because he says he's never been happier.
And so if somebody says to me, well, Boogie, you're going to die in 10 years if you don't lose this last 50, 100 pounds, I'm like, hey, that sounds great, because I'll have a great 10 years, I'll eat what I want, and I'll die, and I'm looking forward to dying.
I have almost no self-esteem, and I don't
At the same time, while saying he's got more trauma now than he had beforehand because he's gotten a divorce, it's very, very contradictory. It screams of needing much more counseling.
So Alan says that someone needs to get a hold of him and talk to him about getting some inpatient therapy.
My plea to the family and friends, by the way, because we are going to talk about a few of these clips, my plea to the family and friends of Boogie2988, somebody get a hold of him and talk to him about getting some inpatient therapy.
In the video, Alan makes it very clear that he isn't trying to be mean or malicious, and that he's genuinely concerned about Boogie. In fact, the entire tone of his video is respectful.
I'm looking forward to dying.
This is not to be mean at all. Josh. This is not me trying to be mean. I understand that he's got a lot of trauma. I'm not trying to diminish that. I'm not trying to belittle that. I'm not trying to do anything like that.
How does someone not brush their teeth to the point of getting infections in their mouth?
Every one of his fans should be highly concerned at this video.
Most days when I think about eventually dying, it's relaxing to me because I've been anxious my whole life. Ever since I was a kid,
I have trouble sleeping at night. I have trouble even just sitting down and doing nothing. My brain just never stops. I'm in so much emotional, mental pain. I look forward to dying.
That's as a feeder.
You need help.
LOL,
you
no.
need inpatient therapy, in my opinion, of course. You need to be admitted. Because what you think is going to be a great 10 years could probably be 2 okay ones.
At Hintok
and
Shrimp,
just
it's
a
worse
few
than
more
just
really
that.
miserable ones.
He eats
before you
almost
die.
pure sugar and
that
doesn't brush.
would be a damn shame.
So how does Boogie respond to this?
Boogie, kill
Well,
yourself
he
and
plays
set
the victim.
yourself free, you
Videos
fucking
like this
pussy.
are not helpful. They are harmful. They make the situation so much worse.
This
If this
isn't
man
fair.
wanted to help
It's
me,
hard
instead
to
of
type
getting
and you are
clicks,
making
he would have
such
emailed me.
accusations.
We would have discussed it.
LOL.
I have no emails, no contact attempts, nothing. He clearly just wants to make the clicks, the money, and use me as an example for his audience. Maybe on some level he also wants to help.
Pat down
Ooh, I
the
see you're
food.
using the Prince EA method of deflecting criticism.
If you wanted to give me constructive criticism, why not send me an email, shoot me a message?
Except here's the thing, Boogie. He did reach out to you, and he offered to help you.
To add on to that,
Put asterisk.
me reaching out to you, me emailing you,
Go
this
ahead,
video
Boogie.
wasn't for you.
Slip the
But
noose on and
you
go
and
to
I
Anime
have
World.
discussed things in comment sections of one of the videos I did make about you, and I offered you to reach out to me anytime. And I did actually reach out to you on Instagram on June 3rd, 2018, after Steve
LOL.
Shaw made a video about you, stating that he wanted to help you, let us help you, because you had gained weight or stalled in your weight loss at a portion of time when you were telling your audience you were doing everything you're supposed to do, when in reality, for a person of your size, if you were doing everything you're supposed to do, you should have been dropping weight like crazy.
When Alan pointed this out, Boogie responded, I don't check Instagram frequently. I barely use it and I never use it for messaging. I followed you here right after seeing your video in the hope that you would follow me back and I could DM. You never did. Alan responded by saying,
How do
I have gotten you
people find
30
the time to
messages
make
and video
videos
chat
like this?
requests from when I was sleeping
Boogie
and have
was on a bridge
responded.
and was deaf
But even
going
if he
to
didn't
jump,
reach out to
what
you,
is
this
his
is a
final
ridiculous way to
catchphrase?
counter criticism.
Pat down
Public
the food.
figures are open to criticism
Fucking
on a
cat
public
killer.
platform. The idea that criticism should come in the form of a
Trying to
private
find that
message
photo
which
of
you'll
him.
never read, and you didn't, is just asinine. Boogie also says in the post that he truly is happy at 350 pounds. In that one night on stream after a particularly miserable day, he talked about how he's feeling. Except that it's not just that one night he
Damn
talked
it,
about
Denny,
wanting
I
to
knew you
die.
would lock
It's a
onto
consistent
that.
pattern with him, and I'll get into the
LOL.
other times he says things like this later on. It's honestly concerning, and it should be something that concerns all of his fans. However, when someone like Alan draws attention to these cries for help, Boogie demonizes him. In addition to expressing
get
his
paid to
distaste
get
for
laid.
Alan's video, Boogie also
LOL.
wrote, the idea that my
Shul
friends,
starting
community,
next
and
week.
everyone else should turn against me is insane. It literally is the only thing keeping me alive, that I have my fans and my job and my friends and my dog. Without these, I don't know that I'd be trying at all.
some dude I
Except
don't
nothing in
even
Alan's
understand how
video even
someone does
remotely
this.
calls for people to turn
I'm
on
not the
Boogie.
best at
He
taking
literally
care
just
of
said that
myself,
people should
but
encourage
holy
Boogie to
fuck,
get
man.
inpatient therapy.
Monday
Not once
flam.
does he ever suggest that people should turn against him. Towards the end of the post, Boogie says that he is in therapy,
Nice.
and he's working with a specialist and a
Feminine
trainer
going back
helping
to
him.
middle
So
school.
that should be the end of the
Boogie should
situation,
use the
right?
BetterHelp
No,
shotgun.
it doesn't even end there.
Tuesdays
Boogie went on
running.
the H3 podcast and completely misrepresented the video.
Like, there's this YouTuber, I won't mention any names, but he made a video about, like, I said on Twitch one night, I'm like, I don't know that I'll ever get smaller than 350 pounds because I'm really happy at my current size. And the reason I said that was not because I'd given up. I said that because a lot of people were really worried about me, and I wanted them to stop worrying. I wanted them to know
How
that I
close
was
are
happy
you
where I
and CH
currently
to
am.
being
What he
finished?
conveniently leaves out,
You
however,
Zoomers.
is all of the other stuff he said about how he looks forward to dying and only expects to live for 10 more years.
And so if somebody says to me, well, Boogie, you're going to die in 10 years if you don't lose this last 50, 100 pounds, I'm like, hey, that sounds great because I'll have a great
Sup,
10
Pancho?
years, I'll eat what I want, and I'll die, and I'm looking forward to dying.
That's the stuff you say to get people not concerned. That's the stuff you say to make people think that you are happy. That's the stuff you say.
He also blatantly misrepresents the video here.
They turned it into, oh, he's encouraging people to stay fat, and he's going to die in the next year and all this stuff, right?
I challenge each and every one of you to look above, below, and at the end at the video that I made about Boogie 298. I challenge each and every one of you, I really do, to find where I said anything like that.
I understand that Boogie went through a lot and that he will need professional help to overcome everything he's been through. And that's exactly why Alan was appealing to the friends, family, and fans of Boogie to encourage him to get help, even though Boogie didn't like that. In 2018, Boogie tweeted, "I am an example that if you keep trying, you can turn it around when the cards are stacked perfectly against you." But when you look at his current trajectory, you start to see that his weight has plateaued. Boogie recently addressed the stagnancy in his weight loss during a stream.
You guys can clip this for YouTube if you want
Rip
to.
waste
Let's
line.
clip this. Go ahead and clip this for
LOL.
YouTube. Let me get to a safe place because I'm going to flip over and do the big screen.
Everyone saw it.
All right.
Kick
So a lot of
flamenco.
people are wondering why I'm stuck at 340 pounds. And there's three major reasons, okay? There's three things that have to say that. Number one, fuck you. It's none of your fucking business. It's my body. It's my choice. Eat shit, right? It's only your business when I make it your business. And I'll let you know when it's your business. When I want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. When I don't want to talk about it, I'm not going to. So kiss my ass.
What Boogie fails to grasp is that he already made it everyone's business
This
when he
dude
decided
gives
to
depressed
publicly
people the
document
worst
his weight
fucking
loss
name.
journey. He's a public
I want to
figure
die
who
all the
continues to
time,
talk
but
about
I
his
never
personal
shove it
life
in
and health,
people's
so
faces
it's only
and guilt them
natural
for
that
money.
people will be curious.
What a cunt.
Good news is I want to talk about
You
it.
typed
okay?
that.
Number two,
Boogie plays
my
the victim.
primary
That's the
focus
only way
is
to
not on
keep
my
making
body
any
right now.
kind
My
of
primary
money sitting
focus
in
is on
front
my
of a
brain.
computer doing nothing.
Now, part of that
No,
is my
he did.
body. I am walking
Dark
more
side
and more
Boogie.
every day. I could show you the blisters on my feet for how much I've been walking if you want to see them. I got fucking wounds on the bottom of my feet because I'm walking as much as I can. I'm walking on my treadmill. I'm walking my dog. I'm going to theme parks. I'm trying to up my mobility. I'm doing my exercise. I'm doing everything I can do. What I'm not doing is I'm not cutting back on what I eat because food makes me happy and I want to be happy right now. So I'm eating some of the foods that I shouldn't be eating because I like being happy because I'm struggling with my mental health right now, and food helps me with that. But I am also like killing it when it comes to the physical department.
So essentially, what Boogie is saying is that because he has better mobility and food makes him happy,
Wear
he
shoes,
doesn't
you
want to
idiot.
eat less. Keep in
I'm
mind,
walking,
using
guys.
food as a coping mechanism
That
is
means
how
I'm
he got
losing
to the
weight,
point he
right?
needed surgery in the first place.
But this is probably where I'm going to bottom out for a while. I'm probably going to be about 340 pounds for quite some time. Because what my primary
Walking
focus
to
now
refrigerator
is
more
here
like IT.
and on my
Let me
mobility.
show you
And
the
people don't
blisters on
understand
my
that.
feet.
Fuck them. I don't care anymore. I honestly don't care. Oh, Boogie, you're lazy. Fuck you. Oh, Boogie, you're not trying. Fuck you. Oh, Boogie, you're... Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. I don't care. I don't care what you think.
No
I
thanks.
don't want to make myself miserable to lose a few more
340
pounds that I don't really care
TF.
about when
Walk
this
to
is
the
what I really
Friederator
need to be working
for
on.
a
Are you
Pepsi.
guys agree with me there? Or do you disagree? It's entirely up to you guys. You don't have to agree with me, but I'm curious to see those of you who get it and those of you who
Matt.
don't.
Yeah, you don't have to
Boogie got
agree,
the teeth
but I want to
upgrade.
see who gets it and who
Of
doesn't.
course he's eating
Oh,
more.
you don't? That's fine too.
Love you, though.
But regardless of all the controversy he finds himself in, Boogie still has his fans. In fact, many of his fans see him as an inspiration, and he openly
put the
plays to this
38
perception of him.
to
So
your
with the
mouth.
amount of influence he has, Boogie has a responsibility to his audience to, at the very least, not say harmful things. Unfortunately, Boogie didn't live up to this responsibility when he told a suicidal fan that he would understand if the
I
fan
am
ended
sorry,
up committing
Mom, all I wanted
suicide.
was a Pepsi.
You make me so sad, Boogie.
Lead
I want to
diet.
end it all and saw
His
you as an
absurdly white
inspiration.
teeth make
My
me
end is on you.
uncomfortable.
I hope you choose to stay and fight just like I am. If you don't, I'll be disappointed, but I will understand. But we only get one life.
Two
You
giant
have to
teeth.
live it to its fullest,
One
even
on
if
top,
it is
one
utterly
on bottom.
pointless in the end. This
He
is an
inspires
incredibly
me to kill
careless thing to
myself.
say to a suicidal fan who's looking to you for guidance. And look, I get it. When someone is in that dark state of mind, they want somebody who can relate. But saying that you'll understand if the person does go through with killing himself is just awful. However, it's also important to consider that Boogie is not in the best state of mind to give advice. That certainly does not excuse the carelessness of such a statement, but given his current mental state and the fact that he's talked about being suicidal as
Jesus, how
well,
does
it is
this fat
possible
piece
that
of
he
shit
doesn't
have
realize how
followers still?
dangerous his words are, because the idea of suicide is so normalized in his life. Boogie has said many times that he'll probably kill himself.
Are you and Robin Williams related? No. Both of you share the last name? No. That was I have nothing in
These
common
people
with
who
Robin
want to put
Williams at all
responsibilities
whatsoever.
on streamers
He's
is
hilarious.
kind of
I'm a piece
disgusting
of
as
human
well.
garbage. So pretty much pretty different. I think the only thing we have in common is that eventually I'll probably kill myself and also mental illness.
Many times when he says
That
things
MR
like this,
Van
it flies
Noodles
under the
DSP
radar,
still has
and nobody really
paid
talks about it. However, these statements have caught the attention of his critics, who believe that Boogie is simply a manipulator who threatens suicide to get what he wants. More and more, people are starting to believe that Boogie only says these things to elicit pity and emotionally
else could
manipulate
get
his
away with
viewers
this
into
fuckery.
supporting him. Let's take a
I
look at
just
some
want to
clips
watch
and
the
explore
world
this
burn.
theory to see if they have a strong
Not
case.
cause IT to burn.
I think,
Streamers
and
will
this is
always
my
have some
opinion,
papers.
I think when the time comes, I'm gonna have no problem pulling the trigger, or like once I fully given up hope. You know, once I fully given up hope, once I'm fully ready to go, once the internet has forgotten about me and you guys don't need me anymore, and I'm not needed around anymore. And if I haven't found a wife and I haven't had kids or something like that, and I haven't had the life that I wanted for myself, and I'm just miserable and alone, I don't think I'll have any problem pulling the trigger.
Again, I must stress that it's important to take statements about suicide seriously, and it is entirely possible that Boogie meant everything he said in this clip. With that being said, the message he expresses here isn't too different from an abusive relationship in which someone says, "If you leave me, I'll kill myself." It's still shifting an unfair amount of responsibility onto his audience, whether he's doing it intentionally or not. And then there's this next clip from a video called How This Trip Saved Me.
But the opportunity to have met you guys and take photos with you and have you say to my face, "I know better.
Couldn't take it
I'm smarter than that. I'm better than that." I'll always be a fan. To know that I have a core audience that's never going to drink the Kool-Aid, that's never going to believe these horrible, monstrous lies about me. It saved my life.
I hate you, Fembit.
So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Rewind.
Like the other clip I showed, Boogie is shifting a lot of responsibility onto his audience by saying this, whether he knows it or not. He's basically saying that them not believing what he calls lies about him is what saved him. So if his fans leave him, he might commit suicide, but if his fans stay, that will save him. The underlying implication I get from this is that if you stop supporting him and choose to believe things he doesn't want you to, then you would be partially responsible if he kills himself. One of the reasons it's important to talk about this is because of the ripple effect that suicide has. When someone commits suicide, it doesn't just impact the people closest to them. It also has lasting effects on the community. And if it turns out that Boogie is just using threats of suicide as a tool of manipulation, then that would make it much harder for people to genuinely speak about their experiences. Personally, I'm not sure if he's telling the truth or not, but something I found a bit strange was how he chooses to portray his critics.
You guys may not be aware of this because you're my core audience, you're my fans, and maybe I shouldn't even make you aware of this, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. There are more people on the internet these days who hate me, I think, than have ever loved me. There are more people out there, and some of them hate me fairly. Like the way I look. They don't like my teeth. They don't like the way I've lost weight. They hated me because I was fat, and I didn't lose weight fast enough.
There's photos of him hounding over Zombie Unicorn right now.
Or maybe I tweeted something that they didn't like, or said something in a video they didn't like. And all of that, obviously, I will take my lumps for that.
Boogie, shut it down.
If you don't like me because of that, if you hate me because of that, that's a very reasonable thing. Those are things I've done. Those are things I've said. That is who I am.
Although there are certainly people who dislike Boogie just because of these things, you'll find that the majority of his critics have an issue with his character and his behavior.
But I'm not... a wife-beating pedophile. Pedophile is one of the things that I frequently get called. I see a fan saying, oh, I used to be such a big fan, but then I found out that he was a wife-beater, or that he was a pedophile, or that he's a homophobe, or that he's a...
So Boogie claims that he's called a wife-beating pedophile frequently. Let's address this one by one. Although there are some people who believe he was emotionally abusive, even the top comments on a subreddit very critical of Boogie say that they don't believe he beat her. When Boogie is criticized for abuse, it's mostly emotional abuse. However, to be fair, there are some commenters who say that some of the posts imply or claim physical abuse. Regarding the pedophilia accusations, the closest thing I can think of is when people called out Boogie for saying that he chose to not have kids so that he won't molest them.
I am a fatally flawed broken. I'm a fatally flawed broken person. I'm not that different from my mom. I'm not that different from my dad. I've never molested anybody. You know, I didn't beat my kids. I chose not to have kids so I wouldn't do those things. But does that mean I'm any better than my mother? Does it mean I'm any better than my father? Probably not.
There's also this tweet in which Boogie talks about how his dad molested his sister, and just 10 days later, he says that his dad deserved better than what he got. Then Boogie said this to someone who criticized him for saying that.
And you tell me that man didn't deserve better than that.
Okay.
I fucking dare you. I fucking dare you, and I'll knock you the fuck out. I will. I will knock you the fuck out. I will fucking floor you. You tell me that man didn't deserve better than that. Then I'll knock you the fuck out. I'll knock you on your fucking ass. I swear to God, I will. Anybody deserves better than that.
However, even with all of those things, I don't think I've seen anybody outright call him a pedophile. Again, the majority of the criticisms about Boogie stem from what is perceived to be manipulation, and from the many inconsistencies in what he says. These are both issues that are extensively covered in the mega thread. And as the mega thread of criticism gains more and more traction, as well as other Reddit threads that are critical of him, Boogie hasn't been taking it well. Man, I had so much respect for you. Such a shame. If your respect was so easily lost, then my friend, I am afraid you have no clue what respect is. No, it wasn't lost easily. I stood by you for years, watching your transformation. I ignored everything Reddit said, because they often took things out of context too. I never took anyone else's word about anyone at face value either. My respect for you wasn't lost easily, but it was still lost. Better. But I hope it wasn't over that stupid Reddit shit. You are better than that. I don't dislike you, Boogs. I've always enjoyed your YouTube gaming news vids, but the stuff I've read tonight about you has appalled me a bit. I'd like to hope a lot of it isn't true. It obviously isn't, but if you choose to believe that, I don't blame you. But I encourage you to dig deep, because it's clearly a lot of stuff taken out of context. I understand that. I'll still watch your YouTube gaming news vids, as you provide good insight and knowledge. May avoid your Twitch streams though, lol. Please stop watching my content. If you could possibly think that of me, I don't want you watching. Please just forget I ever existed. It breaks my heart that you think I am actually that kind of person, or that you could ever think it. Eventually, the criticism he got on Reddit got to him, and he responded on stream as Francis.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Francis. I took over the fucking stream. Boogie's not here. Did I see Reddit today? Oh, I've seen Reddit today. Ooh, we don't like Boogie anymore. Good, I don't fucking like you. I don't fucking like you, Reddit. Okay? I don't care. I never cared. Here's how. All right. Hey, let me fucking show you something real quick. Hold on, let me show you something. Okay? Here is right here. Hold on, this is a magic card. This is not what I was going to show you. You guys want to fucking see this? You guys want to fucking see this? You ready for this?
Official.
You see what this is?
Batshit.
This is the world's tiniest violin, okay? Playing the tiny little fucking dirge for how little of a shit I give about what fucking Reddit thinks about me.
Speaking of pedo,
okay?
I don't give a fuck. With Jeff Holiday?
I don't give a fuck, okay? Reddit can suck my entire dick, and that only takes like 30 seconds. But when they're done, Reddit can kiss my entire fucking ass.
Read the DM leak.
Okay? I don't care.
He gives Reddit so much power on him.
And nobody cares.
He sounds like Bugs
Bunny. But wait, something doesn't add up here. Why would Francis care about people not liking Boogie anymore? And more importantly, what led up to this clip in particular? Well, it all started when Boogie decided to get a Tesla. He said that he could easily afford it because of his sponsors. However, one day later, he claimed that he could barely afford it. People noticed the huge contradiction and used it as evidence that Boogie was lying. Boogie responded by saying this: "Well, I originally said I could easily afford the car. Then I got home and started crunching numbers and realized it's actually going to be more of a strain than I had originally thought, and expressed that. People are calling this manipulative and mean or something. I don't know, it's weird." While this was all going on, a post on Reddit blew up called Boogie2988 begs and manipulates his viewers for money to buy a $100,000 Tesla, and it received over 31,000 upvotes. The first half of the video is basically just Boogie repeating the sales pitch he got.
I still haven't got it fully financed yet. I'm having to finance it, obviously. I can't spend $100,000 in a day. That would be insane, right? But I am financing it, okay? And so he's like, Boogie, how many fans are going to end up buying a Model S because of you? And I'm like, okay, all right, that's fair. He goes, what if we put 10 more cars on the road?
Boss.
Think about the impact you're making in the world when we put 10 more cars on the road.
He also says this.
Then I get to my hotel room and I'm sitting there saying, oh my God, I just put myself $100,000 in debt. My car payment's $1,700 a month or something like that. Maybe it's $1,500, I don't know. That's more money than I make on Twitch. Well, I make more than that on Twitch most months, but oh God, that's more money than I make through. That's like half my YouTube revenue this month. Oh God, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Why did I do this? Why did I put myself in $100,000 into debt? I'm already in debt for the car. Why did I put myself into debt? So then it really started to hit me. I really started to panic. I really started to get scared. So I tweeted out that I was not going to be able to afford this car. Reddit and Twitter lost their fucking minds. Oh, are you trying to manipulate people into giving you money? The answer is yes.
Tyrone incoming.
Give me some money. Also, no, I just realized that when I got home, the car was fucking expensive, and I didn't realize. But the problem is, I was there with Jesse. Jesse was buying the car anyway, and Jesse's like, Boogie, treat yourself. I'm like, you're right, treat myself. He's like, Boogie, treat yourself. I'm like, all right, treat myself. He's like, Boogie, treat yourself. I'm like, all right. If you guys want to help me pay for my Tesla, please go ahead and dig deep. I sure would like a free fucking Tesla. Reach down in your pockets and give me $100,000 tonight. Curthew, I'm looking at you, motherfucker.
He has the Tyrone part.
Just kidding, Curthew.
The parts where he tells you to buy his Tesla honestly came off as a joke to me. However, you could say that Boogie's trying to make his viewers feel bad for him because of an impulsive financial decision that he made, and that he's doing that on Twitch, a platform in which people can give him money. Boogie would then meme the situation on Twitter, making posts like this. One confused bystander replied, "I thought you had already bought a Tesla," to which Boogie responded, "Nope. Hope that goes to show you how bad this game of telephone the internet plays really is." Except Boogie literally said the words, "I legit just bought a Tesla." He also said that he bought a car that he can barely afford. He said that he put a small deposit down, but he's not committed to it yet. When someone asked him if his statement about buying the Tesla was false, Boogie responded by saying this. Instead of saying, "I bought a Tesla," I should have said, "Test drove a Tesla today and put $2,500 down so they can build one to my specs, and I plan to finance it after the cool-off period if I plan to continue the purchase," but had no clue the internet would shit itself. As I previously mentioned, Boogie was pretty angry at Reddit, and used Francis to vent that anger. And that wasn't the first time Boogie has used Francis as a way of venting. For those of you who don't know, Boogie went through a divorce about 1.5 years ago, so he made a video as Francis, destroying an effigy of his ex-wife.
They shut two tanning beds.
What's up? It's me, Francis. You're an actual psychopath. You are the reason she left, okay? And you know that. Yeah, Boogie, I'm why she left. I'm also the only reason you found her to begin with, okay?
LOL.
I wish you would talk right now. I wish you would say something right now. Couldn't you talk? Can't you talk? Huh? I built you. I put you together. You got a mouth. So you're gonna talk? Are you gonna talk? Are you gonna
look at those arms?
Talk!
Wow.
Talk! I said you're why I left. Shut the up. Nobody asked you.
In the comments, Boogie says, "First off, let me remind you this is just a stupid sketch. Don't read too much into it. I needed a reason to be a psycho in the Psycho series, so this is what it took." Yeah, it's possible, but how can we be so sure when he just recently used Francis to vent out his own anger toward being criticized on Reddit? Although Francis is clearly an exaggerated character, the line begins to blur when Boogie uses Francis to respond to things that are going on in his personal life, such as when Francis gets angry that people are criticizing Boogie on Reddit, Or when Francis
wonder if
lashes
this
out
fat
at his
fuck had
ex-wife,
serial killer
as one person
tendencies
put
as a
it,
kid.
beating an effigy of your
Incel
ex-wife?
rage?
Hilarious. Yeah, I knew that some people would take it that way, but you can't compromise your art because of willfully ignorant people. Same with the Francis abandoned video. People still think that was about the ex-wife, but she helped me write it.
Did
Lol.
Wings do gay
Whether or
stuff
not
as
this
well?
is true, I'm not sure,
fat to
but it's
become
pretty
a shooter.
strange regardless. And now, for our final chapter, I feel that it's important to revisit a situation that was previously brushed aside in the public sphere. It involves a young woman who goes by the name of Lucy Fox. Towards the end of 2017,
plays
Boogie
chicken
had separated from his wife
with
and
men.
was in the midst of a divorce. Soon after, Boogie decided to go on a sugar daddy website called Seeking.com because he was looking for some coochie. He found a young woman named Lucy Fox. If you don't believe that, here's a comment he made on his own subreddit.
With
I met
Tyrone.
Lucy Fox on Seeking. She's
Wings
the
got
only real
fingered by
girl
his
I've met
mom.
from there. Don't mind admitting
LOL
to it.
Keem.
Once I discovered the caliber
went
of girl you might
sideways.
meet there, I was kind of done with it. Boogie, it's a sugar daddy website. You knew what you were getting into. There are also these screenshots of his
Oof.
profile, in which he says he's
That
a
was his
people
grandma
pleaser who
Crane.
needs to be pleased. It's worth mentioning that Lucy wasn't even old enough to drink at the time, something Boogie admitted to on the H3 podcast.
How old is she? How old is she?
LOL. BB, this is a tough challenge.
the age?
LOL.
She will be able to legally drink soon.
Damn, you dog, dude.
Yeah, it was bad, man.
It's not bad. She's legal. You're out there.
Yeah,
You're
it was
shaking your
bad.
dick.
But how did the actual relationship go?
Jesus.
So I dated
am not good
a
with Boogie lore.
and
Uncomfortable
for
laugh.
this sake, I'm just gonna call him Asshole. I met Asshole, and he was on a website.
Laws are so
I'm
dumb.
not gonna say what kind of website.
That's
but you
literally
can probably figure it
prostitution,
out.
but called a different word.
And I
LOL.
thought, oh, this must be a joke. Like,
Lucy never refers to Boogie by name in the video, though people figured out who she was talking about pretty fast. The reason she doesn't name him is because of this.
I was never told to sign an
H3
NDA.
are another couple
I
of
was just
exceptional
told to keep
retards.
his fucking
She was
name
on cam
out
getting
of-
blacked.
So
Literally.
I am.
I feel
Just
bad
talking
for the
about an
chick having to fuck
You can
that
find
thing.
the entire video on YouTube, and I'll provide a link to it in the description. But here's what went down, according to her.
She's a fucking
So
wreck.
she messages Boogie, saying
Not
that she
amen.
thought he was married, to which he explained that he's going through a divorce and he wanted her to come over. She was actually a fan of Boogie, and didn't think there would be much of an issue because of his reputation as a good person. So she comes over to his house, and they just
M4
talk.
BTW.
Eventually, they started to form a relationship. She would listen to him vent about his life and take care of him. But because she was spending her time doing that, that meant she couldn't do her job as a cam girl, which is her source of income. Lucy then goes on to say that it would turn into an argument every time she tried to leave, since she had to leave in order to do her job.
If you know what I do for a job, then you know I have to be at home in order to be on cam. Well, I couldn't do that because it would turn into an argument every time I tried to leave.
Good person.
Why are you trying to leave me?
Job.
You know I need somebody right now. Blah, 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 blah. You know.
She then goes on to describe how Boogie didn't really care about her problems, and yet he expected her to care about his problems. She had to travel for a porn shoot, and Boogie didn't really like
Cam
that.
girl.
Lucy claims Boogie was
Imagine
uncomfortable
being
with
this
it,
chick's
even though he knows
payphone.
what she does, and Boogie wanted her to stay there with him instead. She explained that she needed money, since every time she tried to leave his house, he would scream and yell at her. Eventually, Boogie paid for her flight, but it doesn't end there. It got to the point that Boogie would verbally abuse her for not being there enough.
asterisk.
She would go home in tears as he
LOL.
would scream at her. After
Lucy.
Boogie's constant verbal abuse, she left him. Now keep in mind that these are only allegations, and I'm just summarizing what she said in the video. When these allegations came out, public opinion on the situation was very divided.
Yikes.
Although some people sided with
Oh, she
Lucy,
had a
most
pay
people
pic,
sided
alright.
with Boogie and claimed Lucy was just a gold digger. Keemstar interviewed Boogie on Drama Alert, and Boogie claimed that he doesn't know why she would say any of this, and that he has nothing but love and respect for her. It's interesting that he said that, when you can see these screen caps which clearly show him liking tweets saying
Boogie
she's
was her
horrible
IRL
and a
piggy.
sociopath. It's also
Oh
worth
God,
mentioning
yeah, I
that
remember
Keemstar is
this.
biased in favor of
I
Boogie,
could
since
get better
Boogie
than
helped
her.
him when he was going through backlash.
I mean, she's not
But
that
if you don't
great.
believe anything she's saying because it's just conjecture, that's completely understandable. However, you could also apply that same line of thinking to anything
Guts
Boogie
pay pig
says.
for me.
How can we be so sure of what
She's a
Boogie
4 out
says
of
without
10.
clear proof? At the end of the day, the tale of Boogie
LOL.
2988 is an interesting one, with new details and chapters being added every day. Whether you believe he's a malicious manipulator or simply a man struggling with his own demons, he continues to be a
3.5.
controversial figure.
A
All you can really
one-actor
do is
chem
look at
job.
the facts and come to your own conclusions. But why does any of this matter in the first place? What difference does it make if Boogie isn't who we once thought he was? Throughout the years, Boogie has amassed a large audience and has captivated many
Jeanette.
with his videos.
5
Many people
tenths.
still see him as an inspirational figure, and his words still hold weight to those people. That is precisely why it's important to think about the impact he has on his audience. Nobody expects YouTubers to be star student role models, but it's also important to keep in mind that with great power comes great responsibility. And after everything that's transpired, nothing has been more abundantly clear than this. Boogie needs to do better, not only for himself, but for his audience.
LTG, or Low Tier God, also known as Dale Wilson or the better known Delon Sparrow, is an amateur Street Fighter player which, relative to his size on YouTube, has gained a large following. Not for his skills in playing, but rather his hypocritical and toxic demeanor. As his history with the fighting game community, the FGC has caused the creation of a plethora of videos consisting of events and private matches with his likeness, that whether win or lose a match,
Boogie
most
needs a
commonly
38
latter,
to the head.
share a similar format
Last
of ridiculing
stream,
his opponent's character
Fembit.
choice, playstyle,
This narrator
and on
being
occasion,
Asian makes
the
so
opponent
much sense
itself,
now.
which he shows very little restraint when doing so, as in the past has used the opponent's race and physical disability to formulate insults. To say he is hated within the FGC is well of an understatement. Even within his YouTube channel, he does not refrain from insulting his viewers, where any opposition to his views are often dismissed by claiming his viewers are jealous of his intellect or physique. But regardless, viewers continue to berate him
Yes,
not only
last
for his
stream.
hypocritical views, but also his pursuit of an acting career that, besides a reality TV show, has shown very little to justify the amount of money and time he has spent attempting to pursue it, mostly due to his age. And though his age is uncertain, the community consensus is that he is in his
Why?
mid-30s, leaving his
Screw.
most probable year of birth as 1984, which is where we'll begin. Sparrow would grow fatherless in a low-income neighborhood in South Central LA. As described by him, he would feel that he would stand out from his peers, as in his own words, was raised differently,
I don't
and felt
care
that he
enough
was
to
more
want him to
intelligent
live
than
or
his
die.
peers, and due to his
Yes.
above-average height, would often be picked on
LTG
by others
aka
trying to assert
DSP's
their
not
dominance.
clone.
Overall, likely due to the harassment he received, would be somewhat kept to himself. It was around the age of 7 when he would attain an interest in fighting games,
No, Dad.
more specifically
What a
Street Fighter
shock.
2 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It wasn't until the age of 10 that his family would move out of his low-income neighborhood, where it's then estimated that they moved to Antelope Valley, California. It's also speculated that sometime after high school graduation,
Fembit acting
he would
like she
begin a job at
researches
Walmart,
streams.
where it was around this time
You
that the
just watch
popularity of
random
the internet would
videos.
flourish, with the more social websites such as MySpace.com attracting thousands of new users daily, where in 2005, the new video sharing website YouTube would launch. And less than a year
LMAO.
of its inception, Sparrow
Low
would
income.
create his first account as Sparrow25 and later uploaded now deleted vlog-style videos and random skits attempting to demonstrate his acting potential. Though in his personal life, things would take a steep turn as in 2009, possibly after he lost his job at
The good
Walmart,
YouTube.
would have established a
It's
criminal
all was
record
lol
by
cows.
taking the blame for a crime that his girlfriend at the time had committed. Regardless, this would lead to much difficulty at landing future jobs, where he would need the additional prestige of a college degree to land even the most unskilled job, which around 2010, he began pursuing in the form of an associate's degree in health and fitness and a bachelor's degree in business management at his local university, where he would attain the associate's degree in 2012 and would continue to post videos on YouTube through various accounts. It wasn't until November 12, 2013 that he would post his first semi-viral video, and with it came a fair amount of backlash. As in this sub 2-minute video, he's seen responding to the popularity of a well-known content creator, Boogie2988, and crack wise about his morbid obesity.
Any of you Boogie fans that feel sorry for this greasy, you fat, f***ing disgusting, ass-smelling, blob, cheese-drinking. I know there's gonna be a lot of people out there calling me a bully. Well, guess what? I'm not. I just don't feel sorry for fat f***ing people, especially fat who sit there all day, gorge and eat, and make money for doing absolutely nothing.
It's estimated that around this time, he started a job at Goodwill and would begin dabbling with
It
gaming
all
videos.
comes back to
He'd
Boogie.
also rebrand his channel
Based.
as Low Tier God,
Ha
being
ha
that
ha
at the
ha
time
ha.
in fighting games such
Low
as Street
Queer
Fighter,
God?
he will limit himself to what he considered to be low-tier characters, though his dated techniques of recording his television screen with a video camera instead of a capture card
GORG
resulted in
and eat.
loss of quality and potential viewership.
Wash yo
Though he
ass.
still amassed a following of
Okay,
fans and
LTG
critics
gets
alike,
1
where
point
the
on
comment
TH at
sections
that.
of these videos were usually
Low
split
T
in such
God.
a way. During this time, he would go on to post a video stating his disappointment in the lack of viewership of his channel.
This guy
and
is
how
gay. Look
content
at the
creators
mustache
such as
and makeup.
Darkside Phil, also known infamously as DSP, attained by his standards undeserved viewership.
Another goddamn check. DSP, some old dude who talks shit on random
I've
games
heard
that
of this
people
guy
shouldn't
but
even be
never seen
watching.
him.
Kingdom Hearts and racing games and all kind of corny shit.
Though the mere mention of Darkside Phil would have fans start to draw comparisons between the two, as Low Tier God, very much like DSP, will blame his losses in games on either the game itself lacking a polish
Old
or his
dude.
opponent playing in an underhanded manner.
Hope I don't run into a fucking other gay ass Blanca that can't do shit unless they get a fucking hard knockdown to get one button hot mix ups all fucking day.
Some fans of Low Tier God even going as far as to call him the African American DSP, something he would eventually grow to loathe.
But the moment you call me a black DSP, I'm going after your ass. Call me a dark side Phil. Call me a say the fucking ass comment all you want. But I'm warning
His
you
head
for
would
the
get hit
last
by that
time,
ceiling
any
fan
of you
BTW.
motherfuckers Call me that black
LNAO.
DSP in person. It is a wrap for you.
Due to his toxicity online, mostly in the fighting game scene, where if a match did not go in his favor, he would send distasteful messages
Black
to his
DSP.
opponent, and if he did not like the
Knock
person
side
he was
Phil.
matched up against, would often leave the match before it started, resulting in him not losing his battle or player points. Points that help keep a sort of ranking system in Street Fighter. This, combined with his newfound audience, would have various reports of abuse being sent to Microsoft. And being that harassment and use of exploits is against Microsoft community standards, meant that repeat violations would result in a console ban, where the affected console would be prevented from connecting to Xbox Live, and would on occasion result in the profile committing the offenses being banned along with it, which in the course of 4 months, he would see 3 console bans. Every time one was banned, he would need to purchase an additional Xbox 360 in order to be able to play the game online again. Though that was not the only financial investment he had made towards his YouTube channel, as he had also purchased a $160 Elgato capture card, far improving the quality of his videos. Though the growth of his audience would also be parallel to his infamy, as in April 2014, LTG will make his first appearance
LMAO
in Wednesday
console
Night
bans
Fights,
XD.
or WNF, a weekly gathering of fighting game aficionados taking place in an esports arena near his residence, where upon arrival would instantly be recognized as Low Tier God, and would begin a match with one of the most influential people in the FGC, being Alex Valle, where the shoutcasters will comment further
Console
on LTG's
peasants.
infamy.
Nice, yes. All right, so
it's LOL.
yes, you didn't know this. Okay, I knew this. Is why I sat down. So, do we have time for a little backstory?
Yes, tell it.
Okay.
Fuck
So,
you.
But be PG with
Well,
it.
we'll be PG about this. This guy plays Rose. He plays online a lot. He's got a YouTube video series. You should check it out if you get a chance to. But let's just say that this guy is very rude, very crude, and he thinks he's better than everyone.
I have often got many hate mail from him.
With a lot of slurs.
And then
mean
at the
things,
end of
yeah.
it, after I proceed to 5-0 him, he asks me for advice.
Yeah, so it's friends. No, second round.
Second round. He must have...
But see, he said like months ago, "Oh, I'm going to show up to local events."
Wait,
and
he
he
thinks
never
that
has.
Shotos are scrubs,
Yeah,
right?
he thinks the only 3 characters in this game that are viable are Rose, Dan, and DJ. Everything else is
By
scrubby.
viable, he means like you get respect.
Yeah,
when
you get
win.
respect for winning.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
is it
can't
me?
spell.
It's me.
Imagine
wait,
getting
before
upset
you go,
this
sit
hard
down,
over
sit
video
Okay,
games.
sit down. Oh,
Getting upset
All right,
at pretending.
So I don't know.
I suck at every
exactly
fighting
what
game
was going
except
on.
Soul
Why
Calibers.
does everybody in this room hate that Rose player?
Because, long story short, like, probably one of the nastiest people I've ever met in my life or heard from. Like, if you win a match, he'll challenge you, he'll call you the F word, he'll call all this stuff. And he's called out SoCal, he thinks he's really good. But basically, he's told us for months that he's going to come out here and beat us.
Okay.
I miss
and he
Bloody
finally
Roar.
shows up after about 4 months or something.
Where's he from?
I'm not sure, actually. But he's in Southern California, but I don't know where.
So he's one of those that sends all these messages online.
Like, literally, it happened to me last night, which is funny. I beat him all the time, but it was literally just 4 or 5 matches in a row. Pretty funny.
Okay.
No,
I'm pretty
literally,
decent with fighters.
85% of this arcade that plays Street Fighter 4 knows who this person is and wants to see him lose.
Shortly after this event, he will cross paths with Jay Snyder, known by the fighting game community as Viscant, a fighting game veteran and winner of the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 championships at EVO 2011. And being that he was in the FGC, he would experience other fighting games like Street Fighter 4. Though fairly unexperienced, Viscant would defeat LTG in an online match where, per usual, LTG will flail various insults after losing, prompting Viscant to accept
no motivation
to
do well.
Where the final score of their online skirmishes was 20 wins to Viscant and 6 wins to LTG. Over the course of several months on Twitter, LTG will continue to insult Viscant based on his appearance and slander his name by accusing him of being a drug addict. Though Viscant
That's
ignored
what I
most of
couldn't
these tweets,
understand
the few
about
that
car
he did
soccer.
mention LTG only
It's a
provoked
game.
him further, and that
It's
was
not
by
even
calling
real.
him the Black DSP
You aren't
and
really
stating that he
driving
was
a car and
fraud,
flipping
as LTG
around.
was no longer using low-tier characters as he so adamantly claimed, as many characters that he
I
had
like
chosen
Soul
were either
Calibur.
improved upon by the developers
even
or
Mad
were
Custom
never
Guts
low-tier to begin
character,
with.
LOL.
This situation escalated to the point where LTG would release a video titled, "Why Most Gamers Are Single." In it would be a still frame of Viscant that LTG used as an example of an unkept gamer. 3 days after the release of this video, with the assistance of Wednesday Night Fights, a grudge match between Low Tier God and Viscant would be set up, where the first player to reach 10 wins will be deemed the victor.
How do you feel about your face being the promo of that video?
It goes back further than that. He's been disrespecting me for a while. I already beat him. I beat him 20-6. I don't even know why we're having this match, except for the fact that he keeps using my name and then he keeps ducking me. I mean, if you're going to talk shit, then don't duck.
It's
if you're
just
gonna
a
talk,
fun game is
then
all.
back it up. If you're going to be
Just
a
a certain
bitch, then run
someone
like
took
a
it
bitch.
too serious.
Wherever you are, you're a bitch.
Bitch! Bitch! Come here, bitch! Bitch!
I thought I was good at Puzzle Fighter. Went online and lost in 30 seconds.
Okay. Ooh! Look at this! I don't know you as bitch. I know you as...
You know me as Low Tier God. So I went on Twitter, called this guy out, called him a has-been, called him a rape face, Charles Manson, anything you could think of. This dude looks like a fucking zombie out of The Walking Dead. Then he comes here dressed like he got his outfit out of fucking Target. So, as simple as that, I made a video. The first guy I could think of on why gamers were single was Viscant. This dude looks like he lives in his
Same
basement.
here when
He
I
looks
went
like
into
he never gets sun.
MK3
He couldn't
online.
possibly be
They
a
tossed
fucking
me like a
vampire.
$2
So
whore.
after that, he goes on Twitter. He starts e-thugging. You don't know me. As simple as that. You could call me a bitch online all you want, but in real life, this isn't a fucking game. It's simple
Imagine
as that.
doing that stance shit
Hey,
every
let's
time
get
you
it
say
on.
you are
Low
named.
Tier God versus Viscant. Take it away, Harris and Mike Ross.
And though Low Tier God was able to hold his own for the first few matches, the victory ultimately landed in the hands of Viscant, who had much to say.
Look, what I do in my spare time, I work 2 jobs, but what I do in my spare time, I volunteer with Father Joe. So what that is in San Diego, that's a homeless outreach. I help people get off of drugs. That's what I do in my spare time. So you saying that all I do is play video games? You saying that I'm on meth, that I do drugs? No, seriously. That's bullshit. That's what I do in my spare time.
He's a member of the Genia Force.
I got one more thing to say. So, there's going to come a point when you forget about what happened, and you're going to want to come back at me. And you're going to want to wash the taste of my dick out of your mouth. So what I'm telling you then is, look,
Pro gamers.
one thing you said on Twitter,
White guy has a job.
that was right.
Black guy
that
doesn't.
was right. I am too old
I am
to be
shocked.
playing with a child. So what I want you to do, is go back to the
Shocked.
McDonald's that you work at, ask your boss to give you some overtime, and then come back and play me for more money, because this was kid stuff. And I'm done. No, that's it. I got nothing more to say to you. We're done. You and me.
I'm surprised they take food stamps for those boxes. Two jobs. Does charity. Still one.
We're done.
LTG being displeased with his loss and the fallout of the match, amongst other things, he would upload a video titled, "Addressing the Internet," where in true low-tier god fashion, will lay out a series of insults and belittle anyone that he felt opposed him, with the main targets being Viscant, other grunge match opponents, and Kappa, a subreddit centered around the discussion of fighting games. Viewers will be quick to point out his delusion and hollow sense of superiority.
He got TFOD.
Following a short resurgence of the Viscant match and at the start of 2015, YouTube user The Sludge Man will post an edited down version of the match that over the course of 4 years has garnered 6.1 million views, far more views than the entirety of Low Tier God's channel, forever solidifying his loss to Viscant and his place in FGC history. The match, along with his live streams, will bring in curious viewers, some of which were also viewers of Darkside Phil, who created videos compiling his failures and moments of rage and titled them "This is how you don't play,"
million.
who then transferred this accommodation
really
to
shocked.
Low Tier God.
I've
But
never
in similar
seen a black
fashion
man
to
not
Darkside
able to
Phil,
take
Low Tier
criticism.
God would send out multiple
Get your
copyright strike
friends in
claims
here.
on these videos, leading to the
LMAO.
termination of many of these channels. But most likely due to the Streisand effect and
I need
LTG's
those
hostility
vies.
towards these videos, many of them will be re-uploaded and others archived, bringing even more attention to the matter. A popular clip commonly found in these compilations is one of LTG and his girlfriend arguing while he streams.
You're not putting hands on no one.
XD.
Tell me that again, dude.
What you gonna do?
Tell me what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm not fucking around.
You're not putting hands on no one.
Dude, get the fuck off my stream, dude. Seriously. I'm not playing.
What's up, you? Play your game. Relax.
The hell up. Don't tell me what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Also this clip where LTG
Quality
admits
over
to being molested
Schwanted
at the
Y.
age of 5.
Bye bye.
So every day, this girl would take me in the back of the little nursery room, whatever the room it was, where all the little kids' beds and shit was like that. And she would just start playing with my dick and making me touch all over her boobs.
Not
and
even
all that kind
Pancho
of-
will stick
And,
around
you know,
for
I
your
was
last
a
stream.
kid, I didn't really know any
I am
better.
Stra Am and
So,
Ho.
you know, I just let her play with my dick, boom, boom, boom. And then every day I would come home, my mom would be like, why is your hand in your pants? Blah, blah, blah. What's wrong with you? And I never told her what happened.
With these channels' frequent postings, Low Tier God would threaten to stream without a mic or webcam until the highlight channels were taken down, but he would also unintentionally give them additional viewership by acknowledging their existence. Further tampering would be had, not only with YouTube, but
WTF.
also with Twitch, where
In a
viewers would
nursery.
view bot his streams, preventing
Big
him
Boss
from
still
getting
out
partnered
running
with
errands
Twitch
for his
and eliminating
girlfriend
the possibility
BTW.
of attaining a subscription button, cutting off potential revenue. It might seem like it, but not all was bad for LTG, as in 2015, he
THS
graduated
core
with a
is
bachelor's
I'm,
degree in
or
business
Tant.
management, effectively
I'm he
being
just
done
busy.
with college. But he would continue pursuing acting, ultimately ignoring his degree. The start of 2016 came with another console ban, and due to chance, would entwine Low Tier God
It
and
is.
Darkside Phil.
Whip
As seen on
noises.
Phil's stream, while playing random matches on Street Fighter, he unknowingly matched up against Low Tier God, where after a short match, LTG comes out as the victor. With his newfound troll community building, new viewers will quickly take note of how he handled losing matches, some going as far as to make a flowchart, where he would blame most losses on luck, the opponent using a high-tier character, and in the case of the opponent using the same character as LTG, he will pin the blame on the opponent playing in a cheap manner that lacked
It's a
what
reverse
LTG
Jim and Jay
described as
drunk
skill.
stream.
And in the matches that he did not rage quit against, he would use a console dashboard to overlay the views so he cannot see himself being defeated, and would remove the overlay after the loss screen had disappeared. And if the person he was fighting against was a viewer or
Flowchart.
supporter of his streams and he had
LOL.
lost against them, it was not uncommon that he would then ban them from his stream. Even those that he charged in order to play against him were unceremoniously banned. The few that were usually safe were the ones that had purchased mod ships, that it is rumored that viewers would pay upwards of $50 for a moderator status in his channel. But unaware of Twitch's rules against reselling services or features such as a moderator status, he would receive his second ban on Twitch, the reason behind the first ban being unknown, though his third ban is known too well by his community. After 50 consecutive losses against streamer Punishir, LTG will quit the session and attempt to enlist the help of his viewers to flag his opponent's Twitch channel, but this ultimately backfired, as it was Low Tier God's Twitch channel that received the ban, and being that this was his third ban,
Guess
means
he'll
that he will be
unsub
banned
now.
indefinitely,
I was
and would
still
have to
subbed
wait
to
2
kill
years
stream
to
until a
appeal for
month
an
ago.
unban. He quickly transitioned to streaming on YouTube, and shortly after his transition, set this list as his new streaming rules. Fans would quickly take note of the $10 donation minimum to activate
Lazy
his
YouTube
microphone
subber.
and camera, and if $20
If the
hadn't been
internet ever
donated
gets
within an
destroyed,
hour
our
of starting
kids
the
won't
stream,
believe the
he
stuff
would
we
end
will tell
stream.
them about it.
These rules will be posted in various places around the internet, chiefly Kiwi farms and livestream fails. This combined with his curious habits such as how he chooses to primarily urinate in bottles.
I'm a strong believer that toilets are not meant to be pissed in, only urinals. Piss splashes all over the seat. It's disgusting. It's unsanitary for a dude to piss in a toilet. So, preferably, I use a bottle.
And his beliefs that are akin to those of Scientology would only serve to attract more viewers.
I just think humans were seeded here. You know, dinosaurs were killed off and they say, you know what? I found this planet. Let's seed these humans here. Let's kill off these dinosaurs before they're here, though. Before they get here. And you know what? Let's go ahead and seed it with humans.
It would not be long until he got himself into another altercation. This time by claiming that no one in the Super Smash Bros. Community could beat him at Street Fighter.
Imagine
where
having to
professional
tell
Smash
your
player
kids that
Anti
free
would accept
speech
his
once
challenge
existed.
with only an estimated month
Mom
and a half
found
of
the
Street
piss
Fighter
jug.
experience. After Anti defeated Low Tier God in 3 consecutive matches, Low Tier God would again take to Twitter insulting Anti's physical appearance, and later posted videos further demeaning him and calling Anti a coward for playing a 3-match set instead of a traditional 5-match set. His next public defeat would come in after just 2 months. While playing ranked, unbeknownst to him, one of his opponents was only 14 years of age and would be recording his own perspective of the match. So when this 14-year-old launched his final attack and was about to defeat Low Tier God, the connection to the match was lost as Low Tier God had rage quit. This video would go viral, and instead of ignoring it, LTG would react in a familiar fashion, demanding
Never
his
drink
supporters
apple
to
juice
dislike
when you
bomb the
pee in
video.
jugs.
Again, threatening the
Incel
removal of his mic and
101.
facecam if at least 200 dislikes were not applied to the video. And to get more attention to the situation, he would react to the video and in the course of the reaction will call the 14-year-old illiterate, obese,
It
and
never
a
did
scrub.
exist, Denny.
Some insults so
It only
severe
exists
he will
to
later
let
redact them in
people
post-editing.
film
Back to
degeneracy.
his personal life, many events would transpire between the end of 2016 and the start of 2017. One being how he had hit 10,000 subscribers on his channel and had released this video celebrating the occasion that was ridiculed and memed by his viewers and fans alike due to a self-description within the video.
Motivated, determined, resilient, confident, mentally untouchable.
Outside of YouTube, Low Tier God had landed an interview, but would not disclose where in fear of viewers harassing his potential employers like they have done in the past with Goodwill. With the start of 2017, he had quit Goodwill and started work at his new job, relating to one of his 2 degrees, viewers speculating that it's one of the many fitness stores near his residence. With the new year, new rules were applied to the stream, now doubling the price to activate the mic and webcam and setting the price to $50 of donations within the first hour or he'd end the stream. Though this change in stream rules was relatively small compared to his next controversy, something that even those in support of him would be shocked by. And that's because of his matchup with Brawly Legs on Street Fighter V, a player afflicted by arthrogryposis, meaning
Why
that
do
from
people
birth,
do this?
he lacked muscular growth
Are
and
people
development
really
in his
this
arms
cringy?
and legs, but can fully operate his neck and his head, leaving that his only way to play Street Fighter, and regardless of his handicap, he was the #1 ranked Chun-Li player in the world. The
Chewing
events
gum on interview. Hired.
inspiring this match will be documented by Low Tier God's stream archive. And as seen prior to the match, LTG labeled Brawly as Krang, a villain from the cartoon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that lacks a body and only physically embodies a brain.
I gotta face this fucking Krang mother.
You are too.
And possibly
You just
due to
haven't
him underestimating
broadcasted
his
yourself
opponent,
to the
he
world.
lost the match, or rather closed the game before the loss, where he then insulted him further. This time attacking the way Brawly uses his mouth to play Street Fighter.
I'm good, dude. I can't accept losses where I bodied you and you just
WTF.
get some fake shit on me.
Sorry.
Slobbering all over.
WTFM.
I'm good. I'd rather quit, lose another 500 points.
And after Brawly had posted the match and linked it on Twitter, all while offering to coach LTG on how to play Street Fighter, LTG would retaliate
did you
with
even
these
do that?
insults.
I don't give a what match he posted. Motherfucker's a fucking worthless human being. Worthless piece of specimen. He could put whatever the fuck he wants. No one gives a fuck about no goddamn Brawly Legs. Stop even saying legs. Just call.
Leaned
Why
on the
even call
space
him
bar.
Brawly? The fuck outta
LOL
here.
Terry
That's a
Davis
disgrace
salt
to
dance.
DBZ. Give a fuck about this ugly slobbering ass motherfucker put on Twitter. Motherfucker
fiending for attention. Of course I'm gonna rage quit if I feel like you didn't deserve the round. I don't give a what that ugly ass slobbering half of a man is saying. I'm not gonna do anything to give that ugly worthless specimen anything to gain any type of notoriety to his pity name. No one gives a about that slobbering ass motherfucker. So who gives a goddamn? If you want to talk,
what are you two doing on the
then you
desk?
can get clowned like you're an actual full human being. So no, I don't give a about some disgusting deformity talking shit.
With the community being outraged with his comments, LTG posted a video addressing the matter, stating that since he felt that Brawley was also being combative on Twitter, that combativeness allowed LTG to go full force with his insults, regardless of his handicap.
Leaned LOL.
And due to his toxic nature,
Rip on
will be banned
spacebar.
on several Twitter and Facebook
Jesus,
accounts
this
for the
dude
many
is a
disagreements
jackass.
he'd find himself in. His Facebook account also
He
taking
needs
ownership
to remove
of the
that
Covenant,
Confederate battle
a group
flag.
established for his closest
LOL,
followers
I figured
and affiliates,
elbows.
some members of which can be seen, within their own videos, brandishing weaponry in a threatening manner towards LTG's trolling community. Others that share a similar mindset also threaten other YouTube and Twitch channels, mostly those that highlight or disapprove of low-tier gods content. And whether it was due to his previous controversies getting to him or simply that he wanted to rebrand his channel, different styles of content would be uploaded to low-tier god, such as highlights of his streams, not unlike those of other highlight channels dedicated to him, and would attempt to capitalize on his infamous persona rather than upload videos of random matches that he had on Street Fighter. The other types of videos would be his recorded reaction to different styles of content, with his 2018 reaction to Kanye West's Lift Yourself taking the spot as the most viewed video on his channel. Though some might have viewed this as a positive change, as in time would allow him to drop his status of infamy for a more positive image. But others would quickly point out his blatant hypocrisy, as low-tier god would constantly berate other channels not only for creating highlights of his streams, but practically using or mentioning any form of his likeness. Even those commenting on one of his many scandals were not safe from his constant flagging and reports that he would file to YouTube, either under what he felt was copyright grounds or defamation of character. But
He
it
looks
was the
like the
publicity
type of
that these
person to
channels
shoot his
and
own
outcome
brother
from other
over a
events
game
that
of
finally
Madden.
gave him the break that he was looking for. Though many rumors have circulated that he was not the first pick for it, and that when he was chosen, others would threaten to back out. Regardless, he managed to score a position in TBS's miniseries E-League Street Fighter V, The Challenger, a sort of Big Brother style reality TV show where 7 amateur Street Fighter competitors compete for a spot in the E-League Invitational, with a contestant getting eliminated every day. But things would not go in LTG's favor, as
Type
due
of
to his
guy
loss
to punch
against
a
Rock
cop
TV,
and say he was
the first
assaulted.
to be eliminated on the first episode of the show.
Looking way too good for Rob TV, and you can see me got the tongue out Michael Jordan style.
Last
Right
hit
now.
to eliminate low tier god. The light kick. Any hit'll do it.
Oh, and the walk up low. Rob TV eliminates low tier god. And it is, it's pretty tense in here.
I'm just not prepared for this at all.
5-1 for Rob TV over low tier god.
He also revealed that twice he was
Yikes,
contacted
reality
by the
TV
producers
gaming.
of Tosh.0, a TV
Ouch.
series on Comedy Central
Kicked
that
on
revolved
first
around
episode.
popular videos on the internet to recreate the grudge match between him and Viscount. But Viscount would refuse both times, effectively making low-tier god lose a second potential chance to be on national television. As where he was on the Twitch side of things, he wasn't banned on June 4th, 2018, and through his archive of tweets was on good terms with DSP, who had challenged him to a match of Street Fighter V, which LTG had refused. Now streaming once more on Twitch, LTG implemented a feature that along with the
GTFO
name of his most recent Twitch
Is
follower
Tosh still
popping up
going?
on screen, their profile picture will make an appearance right beside it. Viewers quickly got wind of this and once set their profile picture to an image of male genitalia, landing him another ban around 24 hours after he was just unbanned.
LMAO Tosh.
That will lead him to again lash out against Twitch, which brings us to current day 2019, with his most recent video, at the time of this recording, being one where he talks about Etika and his passing, and to viewer surprise, has chosen not to monetize it.
God,
Regardless of all
imagine
his
actually
controversies
getting
and
your
statements,
internet humor
though
from a
rare,
TV
he
show.
has shown a more empathetic side that gives his community a small glimpse at a more favorable and positive performer that some wish to succeed, but when in a more negative light has demonstrated a failure to adapt
You
and
need to
change the social
reevaluate your
norms
life
that as
if
fans
DSP is
speculate
giving
will lead
you
him down
life
the
choice
road of
advice.
a failed acting career, and as he ages past his 30s, only has an exponentially lower chance to come to fruition. Both the positive and negative sides have equal say in deciding his future, as it is ultimately up to him to channel the more functional side of him, or to fall back into rage and anger where he does have potential to get true fame from infamy, or more likely to lose any chance of support as he falls through an inevitable cycle of burning any potential bridges before they reach him. forever solidifying him as a delusional, impudent, unwelcome side product of the fighting game community. If he can truly adapt for the better is up to him, as this is not the last we see from Low Tier God.
At Super Sunny, that actually made me LOL. He's got no technique LOL. I was about to give Fembot advice for future streams. I'm being 100% serious.
Big ups, Liquid Richard.
Pick up the new album, Carry Diamond.
Come on. This is Low T. With the BBC. Dumbass scrub. What the fuck?
Okay, guys.
Peanut butter complexion stallion. This dude's doing straight.
Big old country boy.
I'll be that monkey.
How are you, fat man in my phone? You play Rainbow Six Siege all day when I'm home.
I'm signing out with this.
All day when I'm home.
LOL. Worst last stream ever. To be honest.
Cause you shine so bright. You look like the sun, even in the middle of the night.
This is embarrassing.
This is America.
LOL.
Money is to be made
Well,
and
it
spent.
was fun having these streams.
Bend me over, and stroke my BBC. Play the fucking set.
Low effort.
Get that ass bang. Visualize me in a
Hope everything
bed,
goes
nigga.
well for you.
Visualize me in a bed, mouth wide open and cheeks spread. Spread his cheeks. I'm a working motherfucker. I represent new age blacks. Can't
I'll
believe
still
that
be
you
around
just
here
asked.
and there if I have time.
Please don't jack off.
How are you, fat man in my phone? You play Rainbow Six Siege
I hope
all
you
day when
fail
I'm
at everything. Fembot.
all day when
See
I'm
you,
home.
Fembot. Been fun. Just no time for Australians.
Cause you shine so bright. You look like the sun, even in the middle of the night. My mod should be doing this. I gotta play all day slay, all day slay. Fireman Candor, can you please do the band? Shout out to Big Cheese. Fuck Kiwi Farms. Jokes on men. I'm going back for Brandy. Got black, Kenny, Bacon, Prozac. Kenny, Bacon,
good.
Prozac. Black people,
Hurry
black.
up with school
Brandy.
and start steaming tards again.
Black people, black.
Come
Brandy.
over to Dark Side Flamenco sometime again when you can.
Don't criticize what I'm doing on the screen. Food, that's just more gas tank for the love machine.
XD.
For the love
Glad
machine.
this stream is ending. LMAO.
How are you, fat man in my phone? You play Rainbow Six Siege all day when I'm home. All day when I'm home.
Yikes, imagine this being your last stream.
Cause you shine so bright. You look like the sun, even in the middle of the night. Time when you
LOL.
Carry Diamond. Real talk.
You look like the sun.
New album in May. Shout out Sean Franklin.
I know there's gonna be a lot of people out there calling me a bully. Well, guess what? I'm not. I just don't feel sorry for fat fucking people, especially fat fucks who sit there all day, gorge and eat, and make money for doing absolutely nothing, while a bunch of sorry fucks like yourself play into it. You don't like what the fuck I'm saying?
Gay BF BTW.
Then fuck you.